Hello, everyone.
You guys are so nuts.
This is
Boys.
watermelon hail.
Dude, Hunter, this thing trends any more south, I'm gonna throw my mouse through my wall. Oh wait.
Doesn't look like it
Sorry,
may
Hunter.
not be on the ground right
Whoa.
now, so Dick Worsham. Dude, I can't. I just can't.
Sorry, Hunter. I accidentally put you backstage. You're late right now?
All right, Brady's taking over. You got double. Check this out, guys. Double stream. We're streaming the stream.
How are you doing tonight, Phoenix of the Gods? Good evening, Kat. Good evening, everyone.
Oh
We're going to be
my!
talking the storm today, along with, I guess now we can call it the blizzard. We have a blizzard.
Instead of Lizard Squad, we got Blizzard Squad.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. It's so annoying.
There's your storm right there.
We're starting shortly, guys.
There's your Vince.
Just
Storm.
make sure I got everything all ready to
Storm.
go.
Vince. I don't know, guys. Vince, this is pretty good. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. You want to see Vince? Storm.
Oh, we got Phil on as well. Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to add another box for Phil.
Can't forget Phil.
I know. He surprised me. Where are we gonna put Phil? Hold on.
He can take my spot.
No. Here, we'll cycle people through. Well, that's what we'll do. All right, starting shortly.
The area of greatest concern that I have.
Welcome,
is,
everyone. We're going to be talking
just
severe
south of
weather, and we're
downtown
also
Westerville.
going to be
That's
talking
moving over top of you guys.
the blizzard.
Right now as we speak.
Blizzard of the
This-
first blizzard
this
of
is, if you get
2025.
really, really granular. I was looking at a house
Quite the
here
packed
yesterday
show
to
here,
buy.
and looking at weather models.
So this is
all that
an area
good
that is
stuff.
close to home for me. I have family that lives here. I have family that lives out in New Albany. I have friends that live all over this place. So that's, I guess,
I think we can go ahead. Let's go ahead and get started here. And let's. In a world where tornadoes and hurricanes and blizzards run rampant, destroying everything in their path, one man, no, and one team of freaks stands in their way.
boat guy. Phil, you're behind
South
boat guy.
Road
He's gonna get you
one
through this.
show.
We have a confirmed tornado.
From afar
boat
and
guy.
from up
Yes.
close.
Changing into the front
That
of the
man
boat.
is
Andrew Johnson, you can
STORMCAT
always
5.
trust the guy with the boat.
That team is the Stormfront
Eric
Freaks.
Gray, that guy is going.
And that
That guy
show,
is going fishing no matter
this
what.
show is Outbreak. When Outbreak starts. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
And now,
3,
your local on the Meower.
1, now. Welcome, everyone. It's meteorologist STORMCAT 5 here. We got Outbreak on the way. Let's go ahead and take a look at who we got in the green room here. We've got Phil, we've got Dan, we've got Edgar as well. Checking in. We also got Hunter Hurley. I'm over here trying to work on the on the format here because we got so many people on. Whether you're watching on Twitter, whether you're watching on YouTube, thank you for joining us here for a special edition of Outbreak. We are going to be covering the blizzard of 2024, and so far, guys, we can call it a blizzard now because we officially have blizzard warnings. Before we get started, let's go ahead and check in with everyone joining us right now. First, Edgar, I got to start with you. How's your day been? Have you been watching the blizzard? Have you been watching the severe weather? Any thoughts you got to share with the crew?
Yeah, no, today has been great so far. Just kind of been relaxing. Actually, just paying attention to this winter system right now, just because the severe stuff's going to be a little bit more tomorrow. But yeah, it's packing quite a punch. It's going to be a long couple days, I think, up there, right through the center of the U.S.
Yeah, it really is, and I completely agree with you. The focus today is kind of on the winter stuff. Tomorrow it's going to be winter stuff, and it's also going to be severe stuff. We're going to cover all that here on the show. We also got Phil Alicious joining us here. Phil just hopped on. Phil's in Cincinnati, Ohio, which is in a big-time winter storm warning. Could get several inches of snow. Phil, are you psyched for that?
I don't know if I'm psyched. I'm certainly planning on heading out tomorrow and, driving around the area to see what we get. And I'm curious on the tail end of this thing if we're going to get any ice or sleet or if it's going to be all snow. It's it's a grab bag.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, you guys are going to get hit pretty good
on this line. Yeah,
you guys are going to hit really good down in Cincinnati. We also have Dan Wallace who's joining us. Dan is down in Dallas, Texas. Dan, I don't think you guys are going to get it on this round of snow, but you might get the next system that we have coming next week. But any thoughts on this blizzard so far?
Yeah, it's going to get cold down here. We're right now at 67 in Dallas. It's 32 in Wichita, and it's single digits up north. It's going to get crazy.
Oh, yeah. It's going to get absolutely crazy. And I mean, next week is really your storm, and that's been trending pretty good for Texas there. I don't know if you've been watching that, but that could be another segment we're gonna have to cover next week. We also have Hunter Hurley as well checking in. Hunter, you can't see him, you can hear him. Hunter, you want to say hi to the people? And Hunter's right now in Kansas City. He drove home in this craziness. So Hunter, how was that? How are the roads right now? I mean, I heard they're pretty bad right now in Kansas City.
Yeah, man. First off, I want to say welcome in everybody to the stream. Yeah, so being in Kansas City, I'm in the heart of this winter storm. Blizzard warnings are already out for the northern Kansas City region, north central Missouri, northwest Missouri, eastern Kansas. The drive home was pretty slick. What's normally a 15-minute drive took me about 45 minutes to get home. We already had little patches of ice falling, and even though the roads were treated, they were still quite hard to traverse home.
Yeah. Well, and I was seeing accident after accident after accident in Kansas City right now, and I mean, a lot of people are on the roads because I don't think they really expected it to be to happen today, but it's been quite the day there, and right now I think this is only the beginning of the event, and really quickly, I'm just going to go ahead and get all four of us in here. There we go. Okay, now there we go. Okay, I'm adjusting the layout here to get all four of us in there. Ooh, check that out. We got the quad box there in the bottom right corner, so that's pretty exciting. So really quickly, guys, I do want to show you why we're here. We have a total of over 169 winter weather warnings right now in the United States. We have blizzard warnings here, and these were just issued today. These blizzard warnings, they cover Topeka, they cover Wichita, they also cover the northern kind of suburbs of Kansas City. South of Kansas City is all winter storm warnings. And, blizzard warning, the difference between that and a winter storm warning, it still means you're going to get significant snow, but the winds are going to be gusting and the visibilities are going to be down for greater than 3 hours. So that's kind of the difference between a winter storm warning and a blizzard warning. It just means blizzard conditions are going to be likely here as that low kind of wraps up. But we have a massive swath of winter storm warnings across the country. They extend, hundreds of miles, almost 800 miles, if not more, from the heart of Kansas all the way to the coast in Richmond and Virginia. That also includes the cities of Washington, D.C., Louisville, Indianapolis, central portions of Illinois and Indiana, and then even into Missouri, Columbia, Kansas City, Wichita. You guys are all in on this action. Unfortunately, of course, Columbus is not in the winter storm warning. We're in the winter weather advisory, so it's just fantastic. I love it so much. For those that don't know, I am in Columbus right now, and we always seem to get left out of the fun here and the action. So those are the winter
you don't
storm
love
warnings.
that, Brady. You want to be in that. What are you talking about?
No, I love it. I absolutely love it. I think being downgraded from a winter storm watch to a winter weather advisory, that's always fun. You love it. You really do. You really do love it. But Hunter, let's go to you, Hunter, really quickly, because I guess it just got upgraded to a blizzard watch here, or blizzard warning, and in Kansas City. First of all, describe to me, are the winds picking up yet? Have they started to gust yet, or are things just getting started right now?
I think things are just getting started. We just saw our first round of freezing drizzle, where we have another one coming up now from Lawrence, Ottawa, Paola. We're gonna have about 1 to 2 hour break in between those intermediate little bands of I don't want to say convection, but it's like little freezing drizzle. It's enough to be a nuisance. It's enough to make the roads very slick. We probably have only right around 1/100th of an inch of ice on the ground now, which the forecast says we're going to get upwards of 1/10 of an inch to a 1/4 inch of ice for areas of Belton, Warrensburg, and south of Kansas City. Up towards Kansas City, maybe only a 1/10 of an inch of ice, but still, we've already seen that 1/100th of an inch has been more than enough to cause some serious issues. I just want to say welcome everybody in from my Facebook feed. I'm live streaming this stream to my Facebook group as well. So welcome in everybody from there.
Yeah. Welcome everyone from the Facebook stream. I know we got Edgar might be streaming on TikTok. So guys, we're streaming everywhere. We're hitting all the platforms right now. So it's pretty epic stuff. So I'm getting a bunch of flack right now. This is my close friend LB, who I promised 5 inches. We're gonna get into that, LB. We're gonna get into the snow totals. We're gonna get into the ice totals. There's still some uncertainty in the models, especially the further east you go, the more uncertainty there is. There's still some differing solutions, especially as this storm goes off to the east. Now, what I want to show now, these are the National Weather Service snow totals for this entire event. And I want to use that as kind of our guide and our base before we get too far in this discussion about how much snow is each location going to get, how little snow, how much ice is each location going to get. This is a pretty good, I think, indicator of how the National Weather Service is viewing the snow totals. You'll notice that the biggest bullseye that we have right now for snow is over here in Kansas and Missouri. That is really where our low is going to crank up and probably be the strongest that it will be. And that's where we're expecting 12, 13, 14 inches plus of snow, maybe even locally higher. And Hunter, that's the bullseye is Kansas City. Are you kidding me?
Yes,
You're about to experience an epic storm.
So this morning's winter storm warning upgrade was mentioned for 6 to 13 inches. They have since upped that to 7 to 15 inches for my county, my city. North of us at the Highway 36 corridor, Cameron, Missouri, upwards of Maysville, Missouri, Chillicothe, Missouri, you're going to also be seeing upwards of around 17 inches of snow. So overall, this is a system that Kansas City hasn't really seen in recent memory. I mean, the last blizzard warning Kansas City has issued was back in 2018, and that only developed 6 inches of snow. And on this one, we're talking upwards of 17 inches of snow, plus those 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Makes it bad time all around, especially for an area with over 1 million population.
No, yeah. It's going to be nasty there. And just to kind of show you guys, actually on this is a traffic camera right now in Missouri. This is near Kansas City. just to the south of Kansas City, I believe.
What
And
highway is
interesting,
that?
I think this is I-49 northbound, right?
Okay, yeah, that would
so
be
I think that's just south, right? And Hunter, this actually looks like similar. I don't know, Hunter, if you'll allow me to share the video you sent of you driving home, but
yeah, please.
This looks similar to the shot you had. There was an accident earlier on these roads, but you can see right now in Missouri, I think that's freezing rain that's falling. So right now they're actually not getting in on the snow action just yet. It's primarily a freezing rain event at this particular moment. And those roads, I mean, look at those guys. There's emergency lights. They look like they're driving pretty slow on the freeway. Edgar, I mean, if you got the Dom out there right now, would you be, how does the Dominator do in the ice and snow?
We'd be scooting and booting, man. We'd be fine. We'd be all right. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to take that out on the ice. 14,000 pounds sliding on ice doesn't sound like a lot of fun.
No, I don't think I'd be wanting. I don't think I'd be wanting to be out on the roads right now at all, regardless. Even if I was in like a tank, like the Dominator. But that is one thing to know, guys. Is if you are in Missouri, if you are in Kansas right now, these conditions are going to be deteriorating as we go throughout the afternoon, evening, and overnight tonight. That your event really is going to be tonight into tomorrow morning, into tomorrow during the day. And we are going to see scenes like this, if not, really pick up in intensity, especially on the snow side, throughout the next 24 hours. So please, if you are there, try to get off the roads. Really get off the roads. And a lot of the traffic, transportation systems are going to be clogged tonight with a lot of accidents. But the other side of this, and Phil... Yeah. Hunter, you got a camera real quick?
Yeah, I'm just looking at traffic cameras in my area right down the street from me, and you can already see major issues on I-35 and 152. We go down here. Oh, it'll load. You can see here as well. You have emergency vehicles behind two semi-trucks over here. This is only about a mile and a half from where I live. This is I-35 at Missouri 152. As you can see, they got traffic stopped right there. Emergency vehicles over here with semi-trucks. We've seen nothing but numerous wrecks in Kansas City all day. A Kansas City fire truck was actually hit and involved in a 5-vehicle accident earlier this afternoon from vehicles sliding across the road.
Wow. Well, and you look at this shot, and you wouldn't think that this is, you'd be like, okay, the roads don't look that bad. It's deceptive, right? Because this is freezing rain. So this is rain that hits the pavement, freezes on contact, and actually makes some of the slipperiest conditions are when you have that freezing rain that comes in. Yeah, and you can see it on the camera right there. The water just freezing on contact. So when you drive over that, good luck. Right? Because you're not going to be able to really tell that it's slippery until it's too late. So if you are out on the roads tonight, please, especially if you're in Missouri, Kansas, Nebraska, there's going to be big problems because you're going to have freezing rain, and then you're going to have snow on top of it, and a blizzard nonetheless.
I think a lot of people are going to be a little bit deceived over this little break we're having, but if you look on the radar here, we have more coming in and developing from Lawrence, Ottawa, Paola. That's currently heading up towards Kansas City. This was round 1, so we're going to see about a 1 to 2 hour break before that precipitation ramps right back up. And with people now going home from work, I think they're going to be a little bit deceived, thinking, "Oh, okay, it's done for now. It'll pick up tomorrow morning." No, round 2 is on its way, and it's going to be just as bad as round 1.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. And with that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring us back to full here. And we are going to take a look at the wrong layout. We're going to take a look at the wow, I'm glitching out. Hold on. There we go. We're back. We're going to take a look at the timing on this particular system. And just I want to give you guys an idea about how is this thing going to evolve? And then I'm going to go to Dan. Dan, just kind of talk about in your opinion, some of the worst areas of impact that you think, or some of the worst impacts you see? Because I know we were talking earlier, Dan, about the ice and how that component is going to evolve. So timing wise, guys, this is just the opening salvo. What we're looking at now, this is the NAM future radar. This is how that's going to evolve today. And I promise too, we are going to get to further east, how it's going to evolve there, because in Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, even portions of West Virginia, we're going to see a big time snowstorm and ice storm there in Kentucky. So we're gonna get into that. I'm just kind of focusing on what we got now. So over the next several hours, things are only going to ramp up the precipitation. Look at this. This is 2 a.m. overnight tonight. Look how much more developed this storm system is. So it's just getting going now. It's just starting to ramp up. And Kansas City, you are going to be in, starting to transition to some sleet, maybe some snow overnight. That freezing rain, that line of freezing rain is actually going to push a little bit further south throughout the evening. And then watch this as we go into tomorrow morning. This is Sunday at 8 a.m. We are cranking here in Kansas City with massive snow. And then on the backside in central Kansas, we are going to have an inch an hour, maybe more. And on the south side, we are going to have this band of freezing rain and sleet that's going to set up over central Missouri. And that is going to be a big time problem during the morning hours and then continuing on into the day. Watch as we go throughout the day Sunday. This is Sunday at 4 p.m. We've got a mature low that is really starting to wrap up. You've got your center here of low pressure. You've got your warm air that's surging to the north, that's overriding that warm, moist air. And then on the backside, you've got cold air wrapping around, turning all of this precipitation into heavy snow. And Edgar, I mean, from your perspective, right? We're going to have severe weather on the south side, snow on the north side, but that ice which you guys so often see in Oklahoma, that's going to be a big time problem, and we could be looking at significant ice accumulations in some areas.
Oh yeah, I mean, even a tenth of an inch of ice could be devastating. So I mean, and some of these numbers are looking a lot higher than that. Like, people don't realize the destruction that those ice storms cause. I mean, I see all the storms, right? Tornadoes, hurricanes, everything. Ice storms are up there with all of them. I mean, when those things, especially if you start talking about more than a half inch of ice on everything, just think about everything outside covered in a half inch of ice. That means every power line, every tree branch, it's miserable. So yeah, the people in those areas, I think those are the people that I'm the most concerned for, that are right there in that ice storm area.
Yeah. And if we look at the prediction right now for freezing rain, this is the National Weather Service prediction. So these are the numbers that I think I trust the most at this point. And normally they're not like super cautious, but normally they don't, some of the models might show an inch, 2 inches. They don't usually go that extreme in their forecast. But I mean, look at this. In Kentucky, I see points. Oh, whoops. I see point. Oh, what is going on? I see my clicker sometimes does crazy stuff. I see 0.62 inches in central Kentucky. I see a big swath here of about 0.5 or greater in southern Illinois and southern Missouri. I mean, these are big time numbers. I mean, Dan, you guys get ice storms down there in Dallas as well. This would wreak havoc.
Yeah, I mean, we don't see a lot of snow, but ice is the thing that it'll shut down DFW in a heartbeat.
Oh, don't even get me started on DFW when it shuts down. It's a true disaster.
If you'll remember back in 2021, there was that 133 car pileup in Fort Worth. Different scenario, but we don't want to see anything like that again.
Yeah. And James Pettis says, send the snow to Nashville, please. You know what? We're gonna Phil, can you work on that in the background? Could you work on getting our killer fog drone bots to send the snow down there?
I don't even know what a killer fog drone box is.
We're working with the government. For everyone that's watching, this stream works with the government to do the drones and the fog and all that.
Manipulation of the weather over here, right?
Exactly.
Then I'm working on it.
Okay.
Some of Phil's dark web work.
Fantastic. Yeah, Phil, get on the dark web and do that. Yeah, I love it. Oh, I love it. Oh, Brandon recommended this site. Oh, thanks, Carol. Looks like we got some folks here from the Moo crew from Brandon Kopic stream coming over. So thank you for joining Moo Crew. Yeah, the fog is coming. You guys are right. And it looks like Carly's checking in from the UK right now. She said the snow has just started to settle here. So she's over in the UK. So they're getting some snow over there in the United Kingdom. So that's pretty cool. But this is the ice forecast, guys. And I think that the important thing to know is in Kansas City and areas south, the heaviest area of icing is actually going to be south of Kansas City in central Missouri. And then it's going to take a little bit of a dip down here in central Illinois, Kentucky. I mean, you guys are going to get icing big time with this system. Pretty much the entire state is going to receive some sort of freezing rain. And then even continuing on into Virginia, West Virginia, you guys are going to big time icing along the Ohio River. Down here in southern Ohio, you guys are going to get icing. I think most of Ohio should be ice free generally, unless this thing trends to the north. And then continuing on, Indianapolis, I think you're going to be mostly snow. Southern Illinois, you're going to get on the ice action. But this is kind of our main area of freezing rain that we're going to see. And some places could approach a half an inch, maybe 0.3 of an inch, or I guess 3/4 of an inch or more, especially in Missouri here. So going to be a nasty ice storm. Probably going to be a lot of power outages. Hunter, have you seen any like reports of any power outages yet? And I'm sorry, guys, I'm kind of putting each of you on the spot right now. Did not send anyone any pre-prepared questions. So every answer you hear from these guys are all just very knowledgeable. So I'm just spouting questions right now. But any reports from your side of like power outages or any on your way home when you were driving in Kansas City? Do you see any lights out or anything like that?
No, so nothing yet. On my screen, I have the Evergy outage map. So Evergy is who we use for all of our electricity in Kansas City besides Wyandotte County, Kansas City, Kansas. There's only a total of 97 customers out so far with 1.6 million customers served. So far, so good. However, I suspect that number's going to grow very largely going into tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon.
Could you imagine if you were like one of those 97?
I'm not going to put anything past it.
I would be so angry because like there's going to be a lot more people that lose power and
Actually,
might not get it on.
my cousin who lives in Richmond, Missouri, may be a part of that 97.
Oh,
sort of right where he lives right now.
Although the people right now that lose power, they might have a little bit of an advantage because eventually those linemen are going to stop working until the ice clears off. So that's the downside of these things, especially with that ice storm. I mean, like even the people, they can't come and fix the power lines because of the ice.
Yep,
crazy.
Totally right. My uncle's a lineman. He works for BPU out of Wyandotte County, and they already have their winter weather plan already in place. They are not going to be out there while it's icing, like you said, Edgar. It's just far, far too dangerous.
Yeah. These when these events tend to happen, right? You get hurricanes, right? You get tornadoes. The emergency responders generally try to come out in some of that stuff, but it can get too dangerous for them at times, and they can't put themselves at harm. But still, there's pretty busy 24 to 48 to 72 hours for them. All right, so timing this thing out. So this is Sunday. So we stopped here Sunday evening at 4 p.m. And once again, this is just one model. So this is just one model's depiction of how this is going to work out. But during the day on Sunday, you are going to see snow now starting to pick up in portions of Ohio, Indiana, Illinois. You already have been in the action, and then now starting to get into West Virginia, and this is only going to pick up here for portions of Ohio, Indiana, and those areas as well. Kentucky, the start of your precipitation should be actually Sunday early morning at around 9 to 10 a.m. And then continuing on, you're going to be throughout basically the whole day Sunday. You're going to have frozen precipitation ongoing, and then Ohio, you're going to get in on the snow action starting by about 3, 4, 5 p.m. tomorrow. And you're going to continue in that snow until probably about, into Monday morning. Now, one thing I did notice, and I don't know, maybe we could go to Edgar for this too, but this is almost going to come in two waves here, guys. And this is just one model. Once again, this is the NAM model. But you have this first blast of heavy snow and freezing rain and sleet. That's going to drop a significant swath of snow in a lot of our Ohio areas in the northern Ohio Valley. But then watch this on the backside. You also have this second burst of snow, and it's almost going to come in two waves here. The first wave probably being the stronger of the two, but on the backside, sometimes you can get what's called a deformation band set up, and it can sit over sometimes the same areas and drop several inches. So don't sleep, guys. Do not sleep on the backside of this storm. You actually may have a lull here in Ohio and Indiana and even Kentucky before the backside of this thing, the cold backside, sweeps on through. And check that out. That is Monday at 1 p.m. That this thing is pushing. It's going to slide a little bit to the south and east with the low. And as that backside pushes through, you're going to get a couple more inches, if not several more inches of snow that accumulate. And I mean, Edgar, we see this all the time where we get this, this ramped up low, and then on the backside, it can really take a lot of people by surprise.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I'm trying to think of when it was. I think it was November of like 2021 or no, 2022. I was actually chasing a severe weather setup through Arkansas, like kind of just staying like south of the low. But then I stayed in a hotel and wasn't paying attention to the winter weather. Woke up the next morning and there was an ice storm all the way on I-40 from Little Rock to Oklahoma City. So yeah, it's crazy how these things can pack such a punch in two different areas with two completely different types of storm modes. But nonetheless, both can be devastating. And I honestly, right now, I'm just worried for Kentucky. That's a lot of ice for that area. Not always the best infrastructure there in Kentucky as well. I have a lot of friends that live there, and everyone's worried and prepared. We were helping some people get generators earlier. It's through Team Dominator. We have like a little thing where we help out with disaster relief, and man, like people in Kentucky are on high alert though. At least they're aware of what's coming and everyone's preparing, but we'll just have to wait and see how bad it is there. I just pray that it's not as bad as it looks like it's going to be.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, Edgar, and I'm hoping. So this is the NAM model, right? I think the NAM model has actually been one of the most northern solutions. And in this model, it actually does have southern Kentucky switching over to all rain, which would really help improve things. That would get 100%. Right, that would be way better. But a lot of the other models, like the GFS or like the Euro especially, it's all freezing rain for them for the entire event, and that would not be as good. But I think regardless, on the backside, they're still going to get Kentucky's going to get hit with the backside of this thing.
Some people sleep on that back end part of it too. Like they think, just like you were saying earlier, or Hunter was saying about the people in Kansas City, like people think that it's over. But I think that back band of snow could be a really big story, especially if Kentucky gets ice and then gets slammed for a day or two of snow afterwards.
I completely agree. You can't sleep on the backside. I'll just say that right now. You can't sleep on that backside. But yeah. And Phil, I think you got a cool graphic. You want to explain what this graphic is to everyone? Oops, sorry, I just put you on the spot.
I've got a couple things. I'll show you this first one. Brady, as you know, this is from Andrew Brady from mesoscaleforecast.com.
A fellow Brady.
Yeah, we got a dueling Brady's going on. But yeah, he's this is in beta, but this is
he's way cooler
model blender. And he's just started working on this, so it's definitely in beta phase. But what's really cool about this is it allows you to pick obviously the model forecast hour. In this case, we're doing snow total for the CONUS, and it's able to give us, there's 5 different models we can work with. The AI European model, the Global Ensemble, GFS, GraphCast, which is, as we found out Thursday night, this is also kind of an AI model, and then the European model. And it allows you to weight, like you can give each one different weighting. So if you feel there's a particular model that does better with any particular output, you can adjust it accordingly. But what I've done here is just equal weight on all 5 of these models on snowfall, total snowfall, to the end of the day to Monday. So this end of the day Monday, and it just kind of gives you an idea what all 5 of these models weighted and blended together shows us as far as snowfall. And again, it tells you there's a lot of agreement really with all these models, where it's showing you the higher bands. In this case, when you weight them a little bit, notice how the stronger snow band by the end of the day on Monday is a little south, because it is getting into Kentucky. It is getting on the southern end of Indiana and Illinois, showing the higher snowfalls. But what's nice is you can just take, let's take out the AI models, and we'll blend just the global ensemble GFS and European, shifts it a little bit further north. We can say, let's just do the whole global ensemble model by itself. And it gives you an
Now we're really
idea.
starting to cook.
Yeah, so it's shifting a little north in Missouri, but you can see some higher snowfalls there in southern Indiana, northern Kentucky potentially. Anyway, it's just kind of interesting to play around with that a little bit. I'm honestly not an expert with these models to really know what one's going to show better. I'm going to use this event to kind of determine that and see which one's going to end up showing us a better outcome for future use. The other thing I just wanted to quick show is this is from our stormfrontfreaks.com page. This is our Zoom radar, interactive Zoom radar, which does allow you to show storm reports. And so as Hunter was talking about a little bit, now this is a few hours ago, a little bit further southwest of Kansas City, where Hunter is, but just some storm reports down near north of Wichita and northeast of Wichita. Semi rolled over on the intersection of Alamo and Highway 56, all because of freezing rain.
Was that half an inch of freezing rain on the one you were just on?
Let's go back to that.
Oh, wow.
That's. I wonder how reliable
Freezing
that report is,
rain.
because that
Where
would
does
be
it say half
crazy.
inch?
Magnitude?
Oh, right here. Quarter of an inch. Yep.
1.25. Or a quarter inch, I'm sorry.
Quarter of an inch. Nope, that's all right. Another, what do we have here? Non-injury rollover accident, Highway 54. That's east of Wichita. Highway 400, another rollover accident. All because of, and this is all, Hunter, this is all coming your way.
Yeah.
I will say, if you look at my screen real quick, this current scene that we're seeing right now with people out of their car, vehicles stuck on ice. This is only a quarter mile away from my apartment right now. You can see people walking. This is an off-ramp off of I-35 northbound onto Missouri.
Stop walking on the
156 into Kansas Avenue. If you go where I don't know if you can see my house. If you go
Does
to
that guy have a broom?
a shovel, yeah. He has got a shovel.
Is he
What?
sweeping the road?
If you go to the left of where this off-ramp is, a quarter mile away, that's my apartment. This is how I go home every single day. This is how I had to go home today. And you can imagine I beat the worst of it, apparently, because this is after all the precipitation has already fallen, and we have more on the way now. I mean, this is insane.
That guy is literally sweeping the road. Like, what is going? Is he like? What is going on?
Oh no, he's got a spreader.
Is he spreading salt?
It looks
I
like
think he is.
it looks like it was a little spreader, and he might just be kicking salt all around.
Regardless, he needs to be paid more.
Oh no! Don't go out.
But then if we go further up over here onto I-35 and Missouri 291, oh, don't tell me all the cameras are offline now.
Okay, it happens to me like every 2 seconds. I have to refresh or something because the Missouri cameras are
So let me go to
kind of chalked right now.
Yeah, look at this. I mean, it's at a standstill. I've never seen I-35 southbound like this at a standstill.
I see some police lights up ahead. I wonder if that's why.
I believe these are on the northbound lanes, but I mean, look at that. But again, going back to this camera over here, I mean, see, I'm going to dox myself real quick. I live in this general vicinity over here.
Dude,
but
you're right next to that. You're right next to Sweep Guy.
I could walk out there and see it right now.
You might need to go ask that guy what he's doing. I mean, it's got to be salt, right? There's no way that he's not. He's not.
Tell him to move his car, then start spreading salt.
There was another camera that I saw over here. If I follow down at I-35 and it was I-35 and the interchange of. Oh, they already cleared it. Oh no. Well, oh yes, but oh no. There was a semi truck blocking the road, the entire interstate right here about 15 minutes ago. It was just wild to see. There was another vehicle over here at I-35 and I-29 and 64th Street.
Is that red? Is that red, by the way, the traffic conditions as well? So
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that is just backed up.
Okay, so no, the semi truck is still there. It's just a little bit darker at time, but you can see the flashing headlights right there. So the semi truck is still blocking a good majority of I-35 northbound.
So is this northeast of Kansas City, Hunter?
This is Clay County, going to Clay County, so it's barely northeast of Kansas City, but it's still very much still considered the Kansas City metro.
Yeah.
And this is Saturday. I mean, this is I said that weird. And this is Saturday. Yes. I mean, this isn't even like we're not. This isn't a work day. We're not expect. I mean, normally you don't get rush hour in the evenings here, like during the weekend.
Right here, you can see a car right here in the left lane, backwards.
Yikes.
I mean, it's in the left lane facing backwards. You can see the emergency vehicles there as well on the reflection of the sign. But I mean, this is only after maybe 1/100th of an inch of ice, and the forecast is for 1/10th of an inch of ice. So we haven't even seen halfway the worst of it yet, and we're already seeing these kind of impacts. You can see actually right here the second band of precipitation has already started. If I go to radar real quick, you can see Leavenworth, Olathe, Lawrence, Wyandotte County, Bonner Springs, Shawnee. You guys are already seeing that secondary impact of freezing drizzle. And actually, here's the 21Z rap sounding from Kansas City, Pleasant Hill, and you can see obvious freezing rain. You get those mid-dry, mid-levels, freezing drizzle falling, and just a recipe for disaster here in Kansas City.
Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all, and it's only going to get worse as we go throughout the. Yeah, go
Brady,
ahead, Phil.
One of our VIPs, Angela Krager.
Yeah,
just saw on social media. She because she drives a truck. She traveled from the top of Iowa to south central Kentucky today. She said both Kentucky and Illinois look like they've pre-treated roads, but she said she didn't see any pre-treated roads in Missouri.
That's a problem.
That is a big problem.
It's a big problem because I just, I don't know how.
Which actually, I'll add on to that. I find a little bit crazy because I also didn't notice any pre-treated roads besides shopping centers using private contractors to pre-treat their roads. There were even private salt trucks on the road that I saw going to locations salting parking lots. But I barely saw any Kansas City Public Works or MoDOT vehicles out there actually salting roadways.
Wow. Yeah, and Hunter, I went ahead and found. I think that's not Harrisonville, Missouri. We'll have to change that. But
yeah, that should be Liberty, Missouri.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. You said that's Liberty, Missouri.
Yes, that's only about I want to say a mile where I live.
Wow. Well, we're gonna have to keep an eye on that because that is a big time traffic jam there. So we'll keep the cams up there on that. What I do want to show really quickly too, because we talked about. I don't want. We're going to definitely get into the models and how they are shaping up for this storm. Right. I want to show you a couple of solutions that I'm seeing right now, just to show you the disagreement that we still have among the models. And also, guys, first of all, got a lot of people watching on YouTube, a lot of people watching on Twitter. Thank you, everyone, for watching. This is amazing. If it is your first time here, make sure you smash that like button, smash the subscribe button. We're the Stormfront Freaks here, and that helps us out tremendously. So if it is your first time here, welcome to the stream. If you're watching us on Twitter, head on over to YouTube too, because YouTube, we got a lot of fun characters in our chat right now. We got the Moo Crew, Brandon Kopix, a lot of Brandon Kopix followers in here. So welcome, guys, on that. What we're looking at now is the H. Guys, do you have a preference? Do you call it the HRRR or the HRR? I always call it the Her, because I just don't like saying all those letters.
You gotta say it how Puka Sang says it, and he goes the Her. Rolls as R.
I can't roll my R's. Edgar, how do you say it?
HRRR is what I've always said. I think that's.
I can't roll my R's, right? I can't roll my R's. But,
Phil, how do you say it, Phil?
I used to say H R. I couldn't. I started saying HRRR, but then I was like saying HRR. Wasn't using enough R's or
like a
too
pirate.
many, so I just say her.
Yeah, it's a good call. Dan, what about you? How do you say it?
Good call.
I say her.
Great. All right, guys. Let us know in the chat how you say the HRRRR, or whatever. But this is the HRRRR, and this is the 18Z. So this is an old one, but this goes out 2 days, right? You got the 12Z, the 18Z, and the 0Z that goes out this far. What I wanted to show you guys, I think we're pretty much. I don't want to say we're locked in, but Kansas City, Missouri. Even Southern Illinois, you guys, your forecast is pretty locked in terms of the heaviest axis of snow is going to be on the back side of this system, and then let me just draw where I think this is going to go. But the heaviest axis snow is almost going to be in a comma shape here on the back side of the storm, and then continuing on into, and then I guess it's probably going to be right in there. But the heaviest axis of snow is really going to be in this region for those 3 areas. Now, where the uncertainty comes in is what is going to happen to this low as it moves. You've got your low here as it slides into the Ohio Valley. Because if this low trends a little bit stronger, and this is the HRRR actually has a little bit more of a northward solution, you can see as we go into late, Monday morning or late Sunday night into Monday morning, you actually have the freezing line getting all the way up into central Ohio and central Indiana. That's much further north than depicted on the GFS or depicted on the Euro. So if this were to happen, your snow totals would bump north, and your freezing rain totals would also bump north, and your snow totals in southern Ohio, southern Indiana, southern Illinois would go down. And so there still are some solutions like this that show that potential. And from being a resident in Ohio for as long as I can remember, lows that tend to especially some of the stronger lows that tend to cut kind of southwest to northeast. The warm air advection tends to win, and that tends to push the rain snow line further north than modeled, just like what's showing here on the HRRR. But Phil, that would mean you would get in on the freezing rain, and that would stink for Cincinnati. That would make driving around tomorrow interesting. But
yeah, it would make. I'd pull a Jordan Hall and just pause by a bridge and just sit there and watch and film.
Yeah. Wait for the inevitable.
Now, what I want to quickly show here too is just the differences still in the model. So first of all, this is one model. I think this is probably overdone. I don't think we're going to see a massive area of over a foot like the HRRR is showing. And I realize I've said it 3 different times since I just started talking about this model. But I'm going to flip back and forth between 4 models here. So bear with me. I'm actually going to go full screen for this. Bear with me here because I want to show you the uncertainty that still remains in how this is going to evolve. This is the HRRR. This is the GFS. This is the Euro. This is the NAM. So similar, but that heavy axis of snow is very different, especially on the northern side and how far north that heavy axis of snow goes. I'm going to do it again. Watch. There's the HRRR. There's the GFS. There's the Euro further south. There's the NAM a little bit further north. So we especially further off to the east, we still have got these discrepancies in the modeling, and that's why I think I favor the National Weather Service's forecast, because they're kind of splitting the difference right now, and actually having a little bit lower totals to account for possibly some sleet or freezing rain eating into that snow. Edgar, from your perspective, a lot of these models, and I know you're more of a severe weather guy, but a lot of these models with snow some of them don't actually factor in like sleet or freezing rain, right? And some of the snowfall totals that you see.
Yeah, yeah, and honestly, I think one of the first things when I started looking at forecasting winter weather is how much weight you can actually put on the actual totals when you're looking at snow and ice and stuff like that. And so I always, you guys probably look at winter weather way more than me, but what I always do is kind of what you're doing here, just trying to look to see where the heaviest areas that are going to, like the heaviest snow, heaviest ice accumulations, away from like maybe the areas that aren't going to get as much. But yeah, it's hard not to concentrate on those totals when you see those crazy big numbers in there, though. It's like it's crazy. But yeah, I think that right now we are starting to hone in on where it's going to be. But like you said, it could be a tick step north or south, but it does look like there's just going to be a swath in the center of wherever it goes is going to get a lot of winter precipitation.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And I think another thing to know too is on the cutoff is going to be, especially on the north side and really on the south side too. But who gets big time snow and who doesn't get big time snow is going to be, it's not like going to be lake effect type where some places receive 0 and some places receive a foot, but you're going to go from about 7, 8, 9 inches to 3 inches pretty quick, right? Like I'm in Columbus, Ohio right now, and we're right on the edge of getting big time snow and getting like 3 inches. And I think you're going to be able to drive within the span of like 10, 15 miles, 10, 15 miles south, 8, 9, 10 inches, 10, 15 miles north, 3 inches. So any last minute shifts in this storm is going to make all the difference for folks, especially on the north side, right? Right on the edge. I think like Cincinnati, Indianapolis, those are kind of the two of the biggest cities I'm seeing, and then West Virginia. You guys are going to get big time snow, even if this thing does shift a little bit further to the north or south, unless we see a huge shift. But it's really those kind of edge cities like Columbus, and then into kind of central and northern Illinois, into central and northern Indiana. I think Cleveland, you're going to be too far north for this type of storm, but it's going to be a big time event regardless of how this happens. But Dan, you got a traffic camera? Let's pull yours up real quick.
Yeah, this is I-635 and High Drive in, I guess, the Kansas City area.
Ooh, High Drive. That looks like, are those 2 cars, or 3 cars that are just like spun out on the left side of the road?
Yeah, and as traffic approaches, now I've seen some cars flying by, but the ones that are in the number 1 lane are having to slow down because it's, I guess it's pretty close to their lane.
Yikes. Yeah, that is, those 3 cars almost look like they may have hit each other and have now, basically spun out just on the road. There's no police officers there, are there? It doesn't look like there is.
No, I've actually seen, looks like police with their lights that have passed.
Oh, okay. So, they just said, nope, we're going to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. You see police officers passing an incident with their lights shut off.
No, not at all.
I-435 southbound at I-35, you have the first 2 lanes blocked off. Looks like an incident there. You have another truck over here stopped. But yeah, we're looking all over the place. I-35 northbound at the I-25 interchange is closed currently, and then I-35 southbound past Pleasant Valley is closed for a wreck as well. Coming back up here to that giant traffic jam we saw earlier up in Liberty, Missouri 291 southbound is closed, which doesn't really make sense. I want to say that's I-35 southbound that's closed again. I live right over here, so that's just a little drive up the street for me. So we're seeing these major disruptions, and power outage counter has gone up to 123.
Yikes. Okay, well, you're still very unlucky if you are one of the few that have gotten power outages in that. And Edgar, I'm sure you're no stranger to. Oh, yikes! Look at that.
Oh, that looks miserable.
That's I-25 at I-435. Wow,
that's crazy. Not only do you have the freeway blocked, it also looks like the exit off to the right is blocked. So you're stuck.
Yeah, you can also see the vehicles entering the freeway over here. they're probably only going, what, 10, 15 miles per hour going off that steep incline.
That is great. Look how slow that guy's going. He's got his hazards on. Oh my! Those guys are driving like I almost don't think they're driving it. They might just be skating. That is insane.
Edgar,
Dude.
it's not going to come up here and do snow angels with me, man.
You know, it's funny. Reed just texted me because he's on his way to chase the severe weather, and he's like, you should just drive up to Wichita and check out all the ice storms. So it's only like 2 hours from me, so there might be a chance that tomorrow morning I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna drive up to Wichita.
Yeah, man.
Hey, you could skate up there. I don't think you might not even have to drive. You could just
right?
like toboggan.
Like my plan was to play golf, but I drove by the golf course earlier, and I guess because they think it might be coming, all the greens were covered, so it looks like I'll have plenty of time to do something tomorrow. So maybe Wichita will be.
There you go. Is it warm enough to golf right now in Oklahoma City?
Listen, it like when you're a storm chaser, you have to take the winter is our season to golf. So I get out there. I'll get out there when it's 32 degrees. It doesn't bother me.
Oh, that's
I'm
awesome.
on the golf course still, so it's a good day.
I love that. I love that, man. The golf courses in Ohio just like close for the winter, so that is just how it rolls. But I think I probably should move to Oklahoma because at least you guys get tornadoes. We don't get.
It seems like the camera operators are actually controlling the camera right now because they just zoomed in on the camera.
Oh really? Oh yeah.
They're like, uh-oh.
They want to see what's going on too.
They heard Stormfront Freaks was watching. They were like, get a tighter shot. Get a tighter shot. Zoom in.
Oh,
You're gonna see someone on one of these.
Shots.
You're gonna see someone on one of these traffic cams with a sign that says "Hi, Stormfront Freaks."
Yeah, that freeway, that the whatever freeway is going the opposite direction, almost looks like it's closed because I don't see anyone coming the opposite direction.
That's I-29 coming near Kansas City Airport, Kansas City International. I mean, this is a highway that's usually never backed up, never has any closures, and never has any delays. And you can see all the emergency lights down there. Something's happening. We already saw a tow truck go by.
Yeah, it's not good.
Why don't you just you could like walk there, can't you?
No. I'm not gonna walk there. I'm gonna ice skate there.
Yes.
First he's got to skate there, right? But oh gosh, Brass, that's just mean. Brass is also from Columbus, and Brass just said the counties south of CMH are winter storm warned. We're just winter weather advised. Oh, come on. Let's not talk about that, okay? Because that happened to me too, and we went from 5 to 8 inches, now 3 to 6. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not happy with it. I'm really not happy with 3 to 6. I know I should take what I can, but it just doesn't feel. It just doesn't get me going. I need 6+. I want to be in the purple and the pink.
That's why I said you were all sarcastic earlier, saying, "Hey, I'm good with that." When it's shifted out of your area, I'm like, that's a bunch of BS.
Oh, I hate it.
You want it to shift north.
100%. Well, and this never happened, guys. I can tell you right now. So what we're looking at on screen right now, this is the GEFS ensemble. This is the American ensemble. This is run, I think, 26 different times. And they take what we're looking at now is of all the 26 models, we're looking at the average. And this is normally actually the ensembles are the best way. Because it's like running the same model with just, slight different deviations. And this generally gives you a way better idea than just like one run of the deterministic, the GFS, the American. And interestingly enough, over the last 4 runs of the GFS, we've seen a slight southward shift. Once again, I don't think it's going to matter for anyone here in Missouri or Kansas. But I think where this will matter for is, folks along like the northern extent of this line and the southern extent of this line. And I think that's really going to be our heaviest axis of snow is just to the south and just to the north of that line. And the Euro also, if you look at the Euro ensemble, notice how this also been wobbling to the north. So the GEFS has been wobbling a little bit to the south. The Euro has been correcting a little bit to the north. So I think, Edgar, to your point, we're really starting to narrow in further to the east. on where that heaviest axis of snow is. Whoa, we got a crazy camera. We got
I was
crazy
like, I'm
cameras going
so
on.
zoomed in. It's like,
Whoa.
hey guys, it's Edgar. Just part of my face.
Whoa! Phil just dropped, and then oh gosh, we got the cameras all. Oh no, this is a disaster. Hold on, let me try and fix it. Let me try and fix it here. Oh, now we got now. That's better. Oh my gosh. Hold on, let me see if I can fix this, guys. Oh, but then now it makes you guys really small. What is going on? All right.
The government heard about us
Dan,
talking
what
about weather
camera is that?
modification, and they did this on purpose.
Let me see if
The
that
lasers.
is that better. Oh, I don't know if that's better. Then you guys are way smaller.
Anyway,
Anyway, Dan,
and 635.
here, Dan, let's go to you while I figure this out. Give me one
Look at
second.
those lights. Damn, it's Christmas all over again.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
Dan,
it's-
where is this at?
It's I-29 northbound at I-635,
Okay.
and
That's
Hunter can
exactly-
probably speak. He can speak to the location of where that is.
I mean, yeah, so my girlfriend lives in Lenexa, Kansas. This is the exact highway and area that I take to get to her house. I mean, I'm so familiar with this area. It's crazy seeing this much activity and Kansas City getting this much attention for a very impactful and significant snowstorm, potential snowstorm, now ice storm going on pretty much.
Yeah. Well, and that it almost looks like, I mean, freezing fog, or it's clearly freezing precipitation that's just dropping, because you're not really. At least I don't think it's switched over to snow. And let me actually really quickly, while you've got that up, I think I may have fixed it. There. Okay, does that look better, guys? Let me know in the chat. I think that looks a little bit better. There we go.
I will say
There
areas
we go,
like
Edgar.
downtown Kansas City, Gladstone, you guys are now seeing the next round of precipitation. Liberty, Kearney, Holt, Plattsburgh, areas of Independence, Blue Springs, you guys are next to see this next round of mixed precipitation moving in. And this this should be more sleet moving into the area too, as we have that warm nose starting to impinge on the area.
Do you see, Hunter? Do you see a like you know how you can sometimes see the freezing line in the, I believe it's the correlation coefficient. Can you see that at all yet, or is it not to that extent yet?
It's not to that extent yet.
Okay.
I don't know really if ZDR can tell us much of anything. I haven't used ZDR really to tell me anything of winter weather impacts. But yeah, we could easily go to RAP and look at the RAP proximity soundings at, say, like Pleasant Hill and see what it's down there.
Reed would be so happy that you said to go look at the RAP analysis right now.
Is he a RAP truther?
Well, no, I mean the RAP analysis.
Mental analysis.
For any of you guys that are like, amateur weather enthusiasts or storm chasers, the RAP analysis is goated. Like if you're storm chasing, so
it's amazing how many people don't use meso analysis and satellite level storm chasing, and I'm like,
because the RAP analysis just puts the HRRR over it, right? Like the radar when you do when you scan to the future, it's pretty rad.
Do not go to rapanalysis.com. That is not what, that is not what we're talking about here. That is
okay.
It looks like that is more for like rap analysis, beats analysis. So I think that's for creating a custom rap beat. So do not go to that website.
All right, here we go, Brady. If you go to the 21Z rap sounding here, you can see the temperature and dew point was above that freezing level, but on the 21Z sounding, we do see that temperature and dew point spread starting to get a little bit above freezing at the 825-ish millibar area, where we're going to start seeing a lot more sleet falling throughout the night.
Oh.
Wow. And apparently Red Ford's talking about DoorDash in Kansas City is paying $3.50 extra. That
it is.
That does not seem like enough money for having to force
right?
people to be driving, right?
Shouldn't it be like $350 extra? Like,
I mean, yeah.
We had
ahead,
Instacart shoppers in a lot of our stores earlier, and Instacart wasn't doing any promos yet. I'm like, man, they should really get on board with that, because I know DoorDash is doing a lot of promos throughout the day.
But I just also, I would feel bad. I would feel bad about ordering DoorDash right now, right? Because I'm like, I know that if I'm in Kansas City, I know I'm putting someone's life in jeopardy, right? Like, I know I'm ordering Burger King or McDonald's, and just so I can get my, hamburger and fries, some person is adventuring out on the roads where we've seen all these accidents and all this terrible stuff, and you're just like, I just want my Burger King. I'm like, I just can't. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
You'd be ordering nuggies.
Oh,
Yeah,
I would.
gotta have nuggies.
You gotta have nuggies. Edgar, what's your favorite kind of nuggies, by the way?
Oh man, that's like a loaded question because it kind of depends on what kind of mood I am. So I like McDonald's nuggets. I know a lot of people don't like that, but only when they're dipped in their hot mustard sauce because their spicy mustard is fire. Other than that, I'm kind of a Chick-fil-A truther, so
Yeah, me too.
you can't go wrong. But I mean, I like all. I'm a fat kid. Let's just be honest. I like them all. Zaxby's, Slim Chickens, Canes. I just give me all of them.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Guys, let us know in the chat if you agree with Edgar and you like those types of nuggies or what your favorite nuggies are. Taco Bell just came out with nuggies too, which is pretty absurd.
Has anybody tried their nuggets yet?
No. I'll never
I mean,
do
they're
it.
pretty expensive.
Yeah.
I tried Wendy's has nuggets now that that are like come in salsas. They're terrible though. Just FYI, don't go for it.
I've had them, and
It's not good.
yeah, I agree.
Not a fan.
It's not good. But to your point, Hunter, we've got freezing rain that's about to move in Kansas City. And Hunter, I think I cut you off here with the rap sound. And go ahead real quick with what you're showing on the screen.
No, you're okay. Again, here's the 21Z wrap sounding out of EAX Pleasant Hill. That's in National Weather Service Kansas City office. You can see that temperature dew points read right at the 0 degree marker, so it's slightly below freezing. But at 22Z, you can see that temperatures at 825 are slightly warmer than freezing. So we're going to start seeing a little bit more sleet, a lot more reports of sleet falling throughout Kansas City, which can be just as bad, maybe if not worse, than the freezing drizzle that we've been seeing. So drivers in Kansas City, beware. It's about to get a whole lot worse before it's going to get better.
So Hunter, really quickly, just describe like what the difference between the red line is, or like how do you know which line on there is the line you're looking at? Like, okay, this is the 0 degree line, and like if the red line goes past that, like what does this all mean?
Yeah, so are you actually able to see my mouse on my cursor?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. So the 0 degree line here, that's 0 degree in Celsius. You follow that up on a SKU profile, you can see that this red line here, that's our temperature gradient, and you can see here it's past the little 0 degree line there, indicating that temperatures are slightly warmer than freezing. I would say about 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Well, on our 21Z sounding, you can see that they're pretty much riding that line slightly below freezing around, I would say 31 degrees Fahrenheit. But this is all the difference it makes between freezing drizzle with these drier levels up here and then sleet with this right here. I mean, you have your precipitation up here, cold, ice cold, falling through that little warm layer, melting into rain, and then refreezing near the surface, causing so many more issues than what we've already seen before.
What a great teacher you are, Hunter, by the way. That was just
100%.
fantastic.
100%. Yeah.
I get it from you, Edgar. You're a great teacher.
So this would be like if you take Dan and strap Dan to a big catapult and just like duct tape a thermometer on his head, you'd shoot him straight up, and then as he goes up and up and up, every 10 feet he takes a temperature measurement. That is like the line that like Hunter was basically seeing. So like it's the temperature as you go up, and if the temperature gets above 0, guys, it's just like if you have ice. Like Hunter was saying, it's gonna melt, right? It's gonna melt, and when it melts, it's it's gonna fall sleet or freezing rain. And so, that's a really good explanation there, Hunter.
Look at where the Topeka balloon currently is. It's pretty much right above my apartment right now, too. That's funny.
Dude.
That's really funny. We can actually view their SKU plot on the balloon when they launched it around, I want to say 5 p.m. Oh, let me zoom in, I wonder. I don't know if it's going to let me zoom in, but...
What site is this, Hunter?
This is sondhub.org. You can view balloon soundings in real time. It's awesome. I love it.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing
really
that.
is.
I'm stealing this now.
People always wait for the you can view the quote unquote holograph over here with the wind barbs.
Yeah.
but you can view this QT sounding
That's awesome.
here. And you
Do
can
they do like special soundings too? All that?
Oh yeah, and it even
That's
shows it
amazing.
more across the pond over in Europe. It's so cool. If I go to the national mosaic of it, you can see all the balloons being launched by all these different National Weather Service offices, and then you actually have people in their vehicles that actually sign up on this website, and they can go chase the balloons and collect them for the Weather Service and return them to them. It's so awesome.
Wow.
It even has areas of forecast where the balloon's supposed to pop at. So this one's supposed to pop southeast of Marshall, Missouri. Brady, when we were playing Outbreak together, we saw the one that popped over here near Excelsior,
Yeah,
Missouri.
I remember that.
But you can see right here on the 0Z balloon, there is your 0-degree temperature gradient, and you can see it's well above freezing over there. So Topeka is also seeing a lot of sleet all the way over towards Kansas City, Pleasant Hill, Liberty. We're going to start seeing a lot more issues.
I can nerd out with this site, by the way.
Oh,
my
it's
gosh.
awesome. Yeah, I will spin
This is a
here.
weather nerd's paradise over here.
Yeah, I love it.
Now I want to chase weather balloons. Thanks, Hunter.
Dude, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
I'm
seriously.
You should get a prize if you get it too. Like if you're the guy that like
Agreed.
brings it back, you know, we should turn this into like Pokemon Go, right?
There we go. I'm all
I
for
love
it.
I absolutely love it. All right, cool. Well, let me just go back here because I want to show you guys and Hunter. I love that, Ray, because that guys, you know what Hunter is doing. That is how like meteorologists, like actual meteorologists, the National Weather Service. That's how people determine, else than the rate looking at the radar, right? Of like, is sleet, freezing rain, is snow falling? You look at that sounding, right? If you shoot Dan straight up in the atmosphere and take a temperature measurement every 10 feet, you look at that temperature measurement to see, okay, where is it below freezing? Where is it above freezing? And I'm sorry, Dan, I don't want to shoot you up in a slingshot. That was just where my mind went.
I want more than 350 for that trip.
Yeah, you might need more than that.
Yeah, we're gonna tip the drivers. But guys, let me know in the chat where you guys are too, because I would love to kind of see if you guys have any questions about forecasts or anything like that. If any of you live in any of these areas, if you want to know what snow totals are, if you want to know what sleet totals are, if you want to know what freezing rain totals, let me know in the chat, and we'll try to get to all of that here. And Edgar, don't let me forget too. We got to talk about severe weather, and I want to do that here shortly too, because we've got a big time severe weather event, and Edgar's Edgar's a very smart severe weather expert here. You're much smarter than me on that kind of front. So we need to talk about that in just a second. But I'm just going to quickly go state by state. And I just want to show you guys the National Weather Service forecast as of 23Z. They're just coming out with the 0Z now. But I just want to show you guys what what the National Weather Service is predicting for snowfall totals. And this is Missouri and also Kansas. And you can see the bullseye right here of snow is Kansas City, of course. Hunter, you are right in the action there. The National Weather Service is projecting almost 15 or more inches of snow. And my guess is the wording they're using is locally higher amounts, which means some areas could receive more than that. It's not fair. You're going to be a busy man tomorrow, my friend. And you're going to be tracking that all tomorrow, right?
Yes, I am. And just want to jump in here real quickly. 1 hour ago, the power outages were only at 100. We are now up to 1,100. So power outages are rolling in, man. But yeah, tomorrow I will be out probably. What I really don't like is that my work is requiring me to come in tomorrow. I hate it, but I'm going to probably only be there till about 9 a.m. And then I'm going to hit the road and just start driving around Kansas City. Edgar, I'm sorry that distracted me for a second. You look awesome. Is that a STORMCAT 5 hat I see?
Yeah, I'm just really trying to fit in here on the stream, guys. I forgot that I had these awesome shades and glasses, so here we go.
Where'd you get those shades? Where'd you get those?
I think I bought them off Amazon. Look, they even have lightning bolts on the side.
Oh my gosh. Edgar,
yeah.
Please, can you send that to me? Please.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I will. I'll send it.
I
I'll put it in the
think
group
I
chat.
That is unbelievable, Edgar, dude. I need those. I actually need those because I mean, you got the camp, or is that a tiger shirt too? You got on?
Oh yeah, this is just my little tiger jacket.
He is stylish. Oh my goodness.
Going on, chat. Give Edgar a lot of love, man. He's absolutely vibing right now with this winter storm action, and he's not even in the winter storm, and he's having this much fun. Are you kidding me?
You gotta have fun.
Oh,
More
are you
life.
kidding me? Well, yeah, Edgar, I need a new pair of glasses because look. Oh, whoops. Look.
I
See
can't
how
see anything
scuffed.
else on.
See how scuffed mine. Yeah, I struggle with that too. See how like scuffed and damaged mine are.
Oh yeah,
I need a new
you
pair
do
as
need.
well.
I'm gonna send you the link to these. 'Cause, I mean, look at this. Look at the lightning there. Like the
Oh.
sides are literally lightning bolts. I mean, come on.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
We need those for Chase Week.
We do. We
For sure.
absolutely do.
You got to get those. Y'all got to get those.
All right, so continue on in the forecast. I clearly need to step up my game here because those glasses are pretty sick. I need to get a jacket like that too, a tiger jacket. That would be pretty awesome. But looking at the forecast, we had someone talk about they're in Leavenworth, Kansas, which I think is just to the west of Kansas City. Is that right, Hunter?
Yes, it is. Where are you reading that at?
Just in the chat. I was just reading different people in the chat that were asking for weather. We got a lot of people in Ohio here, so Inspector Sassy's here too. We got Pittsburgh, Central Ohio, but I think Leavenworth as well was further up as well. So we'll
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm from Leavenworth, Kansas. Actually, that's where I spent growing up in high school. That's where I graduated from. Is Leavenworth High School, so I'm all too familiar with that area as well. But yeah, I mean, huge impacts to come for Kansas City. Leavenworth is currently getting some sleet right now.
Yeah, Leavenworth is getting some sleet, so Leavenworth I think is up in this region. We also had Wichita, Kansas. So I think Leavenworth and Kansas City, you guys are going to be on the heavy snow action. I know we're freezing rain right now. That is going to switch overnight tonight and then going into tomorrow morning as the backside of that low swings around. We also had someone here from Wichita. Now the interesting thing is here, I don't know, Edgar, if have you and Hunter or Dana, you can chime in. If you've ever seen this, so Wichita, I believe, is like down here, right? Somewhere in that region, I believe.
Yeah, like right
a
close to
little
the
bit
border.
more west.
West.
A little bit
and
more
south.
west. Okay, so okay. So yeah, it's probably hard to see, but they're I don't think they're projected to be in the highest axis of snow, but they have a blizzard warning. So even though they might not get the maximum amount of snow, that doesn't matter because the winds are going to be cranking. So that just shows you don't necessarily have to get a foot, 2 feet of snow to be in a blizzard warning. You could get a couple of inches, but because it's going to be blowing snow and it's going to be doing so for more than 3 hours, boom, that's enough to give you a blizzard warning.
Yeah, it looks like right now, like the freezing line is set up right on Wichita.
Okay.
So, currently, I'm looking. I just pulled it up on radar and was looking at it. Man, they're getting hammered with some freezing rain right now.
Yeah, so Wichita, you guys will get some freezing rain, and then also you got some snow on the backside. Kansas City, Leavenworth, Kansas, you guys are going to get the maximum. I think you guys probably might be honestly the maximum in the country, else than say the West Virginia, the mountains of West Virginia. I think you guys probably going to get some of the most snow out of this storm system. And then continuing on into northern Missouri, that'll be where you guys also get over a foot in a lot of places along this axis. I don't know why my thing keeps doing that, but over a foot in kind of northern Missouri. There's going to be a pretty sharp cutoff here in central Missouri. And if I just go to freezing rain here, and that's why, guys, this freezing rain is going to be a big time problem in Missouri. And St. Louis, you may just be just to the north of that freezing rain. You might stay in the sleet. But south of St. Louis, and Springfield, I think you're going to be close to that freezing rain. But Edgar, have you chased much in Missouri for storms?
Oh yeah, a ton. I mean, for severe weather, absolutely. I mean, Missouri's like right smack and dab in the middle of it usually. So lots of chasing in Missouri, actually.
Is there a lot of between St. Louis and Springfield? Is there a lot? It doesn't seem like there's a lot of big towns. At least just looking at like Google Maps, it seems like
there's not a ton of big towns, and Hunter might know this better than me, but if correct me if I'm wrong, I think that's where mostly where like the national forest is up through that area.
Yeah, you primarily have one interstate and one main highway running through there, and there's really not much through there except for very sparsely populated towns and just a whole bunch of trees.
Couple Waffle Houses to eat in after chasing. I know that.
Actually, crazy.
I don't know about big towns, but there is Waffle Houses there.
Actually, weirdly enough, there's no Waffle Houses outside of Springfield. I guess along I-44, there's like 3, but other than that, there's really not any.
Springfield needs to game up.
I'm just gonna be honest. I'll never go to Waffle House again unless I'm forced to.
What? Why?
I had to do the 24 hours in a Waffle House thing for fantasy football. That punishment. So you did.
That sounds
That's a
miserable.
punishment. That's a punishment.
You have to stay in Waffle House for 24 hours. Every waffle you eat, you get to take an hour off. So 16 waffles later and 8 hours later, it was a problem. Big time problem.
That sounds like heaven for me.
Dude, no. Trust me. You think like eating 16 waffles sound fun? It is miserable.
Were there any
I
fights?
mean, there were no fights, but as I'm walking out, I did see a couple like discarded casings, I think from like a bullet in the parking lot. So no fights though. No fights.
Sounds awesome.
18. I know. I mean, it's a problem.
That's what
it's
Waffle
16
House
waffles.
is for. I mean, you need to it's just, yeah. Me and Chris Hall went there after a chase this year, and like I don't know if you guys know, like after a tornado, if you see one, it's a tradition to get a steak dinner, and Chris Hall got a steak dinner at Waffle House. I don't think I'll ever try that, but he said it was pretty good. But that scares me a little. Steakhouse from a steak from Waffle House.
Steaks are kind of small. I mean, only like a quarter inch thick.
But you got to eat it. I mean, it's part of the tradition. So,
Dude, I'm telling you, I would not. Okay, I've done it. I've done a steak from Waffle House, and I literally was like getting stomach cramps on my couch the next day, just like cringing. So just be careful. Just be
Mama
careful
G
with that.
says they have good steaks at Waffle House. So, I trust her opinion. I trust it.
It just depends. I think it
I'm
all
just not going to
depends.
eat any, but I'll trust it.
Yeah. Kat says only 16. I'm telling you, Kat, you go there and try to eat 16 waffles in one day. It's a problem. But all right, well, let's continue on. That's Missouri. We covered Missouri and Kansas. So significant ice in southern Kansas and southern Missouri. Significant snow in northern Missouri and northern Kansas. Let's go to Illinois now and cover that next. I don't know if you are in Illinois. Go ahead and sound off in the chat so I know where exactly to focus on. The snowfall in Illinois is going to be pretty significant. The totals aren't going to be as much, but St. Louis, you're not getting any. Excuse me, you're not getting any snow just yet. My family's flying through St. Louis tonight, and so if they're watching, you're not getting this snow just yet. So your flight hopefully should get out before this does, because if you wait too long, your flight's not getting out tonight. But St. Louis is going to get several inches, if not almost close to a foot of snow in some areas. And then Illinois, the central part of Illinois, right through the heart of the state, you're going to be in on that big time snow action. And once again, a sharp cutoff from north to south. So if you live north of this line or south of that line, your snow totals are going to be drastically reduced here. But if you're in the sweet spot, it's going to be Christmas for you. And Hunter, it's Christmas for you, my friend, because Kansas City hasn't got something like this in a good bit.
And we had a warm Christmas as well. It was over 50 degrees on Christmas Day. So why couldn't this happen 2 weeks earlier?
You guys are due. No, you guys are due. Champaign, I'm putting that in. Does anyone know where Champaign, Illinois is? Is that in the heart of Illinois?
Almost in the heart to western Illinois, I want to say.
Okay. I think Champaign is right in here. You're going to be right on the edge, Champaign. You're going to be right on the edge of that heavy access of snow. But I would pay especially in that region, a small shift. You could be looking at lower or higher snow totals. So keep an eye on the National Weather Service, any winter alerts that you get there in Champaign, because it's be right on the edge there of that significant snow. Let's go to the freezing rain now. So freezing rain, you can see Illinois, further in southern Illinois, very southern Illinois. And I don't know if there's actually any big cities down there that I could talk about. But southern Illinois, you're going to get on the freezing rain action. Yikes! What's going on there? The freezing rain down here is going to be several tenths of an inch, maybe up to a half an inch in some spots. So I mean that's bad news. That is bad news. Edgar, when was the last time you guys got half an inch of ice in Oklahoma? It's been a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a while. I want to say that was probably like the time that we got them. We got like a quarter inch of ice, I'd say 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But the last time we got like the big one, I think that was like, I want to say that was about 7 years ago now.
Okay.
7 or 8 years ago, even. Yeah, that was the big one where I didn't have electricity for a week. It was rough.
Yikes. Yeah.
That was also, remember when it got really cold? It got like below zero here. So it was the ice storm and then followed by it, these crazy low temps. And, so no power and 0 degrees is not a good idea, especially when you live in places that aren't insulated like they are up north.
No. You're not golfing in that, right? Although, I don't know. Maybe. You could skate on the golf course.
I seen someone like ice golfing, and I was like, I would actually try that. I'd give it a go.
That would be crazy. That would be awesome.
Seems extreme, right?
It might improve my game. Let's just say that.
Yeah, mine could get worse. So
yeah. Well, it could always get worse. Like I always think mine can't get worse, and then I hit 4 balls in the water on the same hole. It can get worse. Trust me.
Yeah.
All right, let's go over to Indiana real quickly. So I just want to show you guys Indiana, because Indiana, you're going to be in the heart of this heavy snow. Probably not as much as off to the west, but you are looking at several inches. Indianapolis, you're going to get on the heavy snow action, close to a foot in some areas, but several inches. And then once again, that northern cutoff and southern cutoff, it's going to be pretty tight gradient that you have. And we got a question here. Why does the blend of models show more snow south, unlike all of the other models? So what we're looking at now, this is not necessarily the blend of models. This is actually the National Weather Service's forecast. And we can actually go to 0Z here. But this is the National Weather Service forecast, which sometimes is reflective of the blend. But that's what we got cooking right now. Hunter, really quickly, I want to go over to you right now. What is going on with this camera? Oh, shoot. He might have stepped away for a second. All right, we'll go back to Hunter in a second. It looks like a crazy camera there, so we'll get back to Hunter in just 1 second. But that's Indiana. So central Indiana, Indianapolis, and points south, you're going to get heavy snow here with this storm system. And then freezing rain, I don't really think is going to be that big of a problem for Indiana, except if you're in very southern portions of Indiana. Right, the kind of the southern tip here of Indianapolis, or just south of Indianapolis, you could get on that freezing rain action. Ohio, you're up next. Let's just go to Ohio. I know we've got a lot of people in Ohio from this stream. I'm telling you, this is going to be a close call. And let's just show you the snowfall total here that we got. This is the official National Weather Service prediction, and I tell you what, Edgar, have you been in this position before where you're like right on the edge of like the big time snow and like the kind of the weenie snow?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And that's when you're like, well, I could get a half an inch or I could get 8. We'll see. I don't like I don't like it when it's like that. I like to know exactly what I'm going to get, which I think that's probably most people, but yeah, not a fun feeling to be like, it's hard to prepare. That's a big difference. Like a dusting of snow versus, up to a foot. Come on.
Yeah, I agree. You want to be right in there because if you're in Chillicothe or Wilmington right now in like this region, you're feeling pretty good because if this thing shifts a little bit north, a little bit south, you're probably still in on that heavy axis of snow. Yeah. But if you're right on the edge right here, you're living life. You're living life on the edge. Like if you're in Columbus where I am, there is a very real possibility if this thing shifts a little bit further south, we could get only 1 to 2 to 3 inches.
It might just be cold there, man.
Don't.
It might just get cold. That's it. I know you're wanting to know, but
I can't. At this point, just shift so far south that I don't even have to care about it anymore. But I mean, Dan, have you experienced that before, where you're right on the edge of amazingness and terribleness?
That's been my whole life.
Well, you're in the amazing part right now. So.
Yeah, because I'm hanging out with you.
No. Someone just said, friend near Kings Island. So Kings Island, guys. So if you're in Ohio, you know where Kings Island is. Kings Island's down here in Cincinnati. It's the lovely Kings Island that is, I think, Cedar Point. Cedar Point and Kings Island are 2 different roller coasters, like roller coaster parks in Ohio. I like Kings Island. It's fun. But I get pretty seasick. Or not seasick. I always say seasick on roller coasters, but that never makes any sense.
Yeah, those are both good. Those are great parks. Ohio
yeah.
does have a lot of like theme parks. You guys are like theme park heavy. It's like Florida, California, Ohio.
Well, what else do we have to do here? So,
Yeah.
you know, we got roller coasters and haunted house. We've got a really good haunted house in the fall. You know, it's like nationally known. So, you know, you gotta love it. But Ohio, the area of heaviest snow, the axis of heaviest snow is likely going to be south of I-70. So I-70 runs right through the kind of the heart of the state, and the axis of heavy snow is going to be south of that. So Columbus, I think, unfortunately, you're only going to get probably about 3 to 6 inches, maybe a little bit. You know, obviously, the further north you go, Delaware County, probably less. The further south you go, you're going to get more snow on that front. But you know, Cincinnati, you're looking pretty good. You're probably going to get 6 to 8, maybe more, maybe 8 plus, probably locally higher, depending on the backside of that system. And then Southern Ohio, I always hate when they do this. We're like, you know, why can't that finger of snow just like extend into Columbus? If they just kept it parallel, we'd be looking at 10 inches there, but of course it's not going to do that. But that's Ohio. The freezing rain aspect of this, really, at least the way the system's trending right now, Ohio, you're not really going to get a lot of the freezing rain. It's probably going to be all snow, maybe some sleet near the Ohio River, with some freezing rain maybe mixing in along the Ohio River as well. But for the most part, it's going to be an all snow event, which is rare for us for this type of storm. We usually are, you know, the freezing line is normally like up here or along I-70. So we'll have to watch the trends, though. Once again, this is not set in stone. This is just what we know now as of Saturday night. And these things could slightly change as the storm progresses even further. Okay, let's take a look at Kentucky really quickly, because I know we've got some folks in here from Kentucky as well. In Kentucky, it's going to be a problem there. And I'm trying to find it here. But Edgar, you were talking about how this storm could be very bad for Kentucky. These freezing rain totals, that is widespread freezing rain across the state.
Yeah, that's a lot of rain. I mean, a lot of freezing rain. I mean, even if it's only half of that, that's still a lot. So, yeah, I think, like I said, I think right now Kentucky's in the biggest bullseye, especially if you have all this ice on the ground and then they just come put a big layer of snow on it on the backside of this thing. Whew.
I know. Not good.
Oh, it's dipping down into Nashville there, huh? A little bit.
Oh yeah. I don't know if you still got James Pettis in here. Hey, James,
he was asking about that. So
He was.
Hey, check it out, man. You're getting in on the freezing rain action down there, so enjoy that. But it'll probably be where it's freezing rain, and then it probably will switch to rain. So the further south you go, generally the better you're going to be.
For sure.
Yeah, because you might get, you know, for example, this region right along the Tennessee-Kentucky border, you might get kind of an initial shot of freezing rain, but then as that, you know, the low is going to be right here, and I'm drawing it behind me apparently, but you're going to have this warm air that's going to slide up over top, and as that warm air kind of pushes your freezing line to the north, you know, that freezing line is going to slowly eke its way kind of northward, and then you're going to switch over to rain, and then probably a lot of that freezing rain will melt. Hopefully for Kentucky. Right? Yeah, exactly. And here's your snowfall totals for Kentucky, at least as of now, right? Kentucky looks like it's going to be primarily a freezing rain event for you guys, with northern Kentucky getting in on that snow action. So up by the Ohio River, that's, you know, Louisville, you're going to get some snow probably. But freezing rain, you're going to get way more freezing rain than snow. But you know, near Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, you will also get some. You'll also get some snow here. It won't, you know, the closer you are to the Ohio River, generally the more snow that you will get as of this moment. But that's Kentucky, and we do need to talk about the severe weather, so we are going to get to that. I think let's just quickly show West Virginia and Virginia to our folks here. To give them a rundown. And if you look at West Virginia here, this is West Virginia. You guys are going to get some pretty big time snow, especially in the mountains here. They're probably going to enhance it. So you'll get several inches, close to a foot, especially in eastern West Virginia. I'm pretty sure this is I think eastern West Virginia is more mountainous, I think, than I guess I'm not 100% sure the topography there. I don't know if any of you guys know, but I've hardly been to West Virginia in my life, so.
Yeah, I'm not. That's a state I'm not super familiar with. Not a lot of severe weather up there, so.
No, I don't think. Have you ever chased in West Virginia before?
Well, it's one of the few states I haven't chased in. No,
Wow.
I've skied in West Virginia, but never chased.
Oh, whoa! We got Inspector Sassy. Inspector Sassy gifted 5 Stormfront Freaks memberships. So we got a huge donation here. Thank you, Inspector Sassy. Massive donation. Everyone dance. Oh yeah.
He's trying to mimic you there.
He's vibing.
Almost got it.
He's vibing. Thank you, Inspector Sassy. Everyone give a lot of love to Inspector Sassy in the chat. And if you don't know Inspector Sassy, that is actually, I believe that's the name of his gecko. I think, right, Inspector Sassy? That's the name of the gecko that you have, I believe. So that's pretty tremendous. So thank you, my friend. Freezing rain is going to be a problem also for West Virginia. Big time freezing rain, especially in western West Virginia. Could get close to a half an inch there. So gonna be a big time problem here. This is a huge swath of the country that's getting these crazy conditions, and it's only gonna get worse during the day. And then going into West Virginia or regular Virginia. I just said that, regular Virginia. Going into regular Virginia, we're gonna have big time snow in the north, freezing rain in the south. And we've got winter storm warnings for a good portion of the state there. So wintry conditions expected. Even in D.C., you're going to get over 6 to 8, maybe more inches of snow. And then southern Virginia, they're going to get more on the freezing rain side. So that's the forecast. Go ahead, Dan.
I was just going to let you know I'm going to have to mosey on, but I appreciate the invite today.
Yeah, no problem, my friend. Thanks for joining us, Dan. Guys, everyone give Agent Dan a lot of love in the chat.
And it was good to see you.
Spam the Agent Dan emotes.
Good to see you, Edgar.
Same to you, man.
And good to talk to Hunter.
Always good talking to you, Dan.
So y'all take care. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Dan. Have a good evening, my friend. Whoa. Wait, did we just get a donation from Jordan?
We did. Looks like Jordan did.
Wow. Okay, Jordan just donated $5 on the over 1 inch of dude.
This is Jordan right now. Stir that pot, Jordan. Stir that pot.
Jordan, I'm gonna be honest, dude. When I see you, we better not be playing football because I'm gonna tackle you so hard. That's just, what is going on? You can't do that.
Hey, Brady. So should I get a snowball and freeze it for you when you come over here in February?
No,
you should.
I should.
We'll just all hit Brady with frozen snowballs out of our freezer.
I'll save one for you too, Edgar. We'll just hit Brady with it.
Okay, sounds good.
If I walk up to the Storm Chaser conference and I see you guys with snowballs, I'm leaving. I'm going. I'm booking a flight. I'm hopping on a flight, going home before the thing even starts.
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen. All right, Edgar, let's go ahead and talk about the severe weather now. So we've talked about the winter weather. Guys, continue to let us know what questions you have in the chat. Hopefully we were able to cover your area. But let's talk about this severe weather that we've got ongoing. Edgar, what's your take on this? I know we've got an enhanced risk right now.
So I'm probably anxiously waiting the 0Z models like everyone else for the HUR, as you all say, and the NAM. But I think we're looking at a setup where we're definitely going to have a line of storms. How severe the tornado threat is going to depend on how much some discrete storms can form out in front of that line. So that's why they think if you look at the tornado percentage there, you can see it's just right there in one little area right there where you got all 3 states meeting. You got a 10% there. Natchez, Vicksburg, that area. If any storms form and are discrete out in front of that line, there's a chance of one of those to be a strong tornado as well. And that's coming from the National Weather Service. So I keep looking at the models that the HRRR does show for the, I'd say for about 3 or 4 hours, having some pretty discrete storms out in front. The NAM, not so much, but the NAM's a little biased on linear setups, I think, for that. But yeah, I think we could, I think that if those storms form out in front, we could have, potentially some strong tornadoes. But we'll have to see. If not, there still could be that chance for QLCS tornadoes on the line, maybe some embedded cells as well. But man, it's one of those chases where this is one of those ones I look at as a chaser, and it's a high bust. It's like a boom or bust chase. There's not. I feel like there's not going to be a ton in between. My concern still would be is all of the I call it the milkiness, the high humidity, where everything just looks like it's under a milk filter out in front of that line. I'm wondering if that's going to limit tornado or the discrete supercell possibility. But yeah, we'll see what the 0Z models say. But right now, that's kind of what I'm looking at, saying, okay, well, if you're in that area, if you're anywhere in the area, anywhere in the yellow or the brown, and you see that line of storms, and you see some storms out in front of it that are remaining discrete, those are the ones you're going to want to watch out for.
Yeah, and I'll pull up to it, and Hunter, maybe you can weigh in on what you're seeing. But Hunter, what's your take on the severe weather setup tomorrow?
I really haven't looked at it much, to be honest. I've just been purely focused on the.
Sorry, I put you on the spot.
No,
you're in a blizzard
okay,
right now, my friend. You're in a blizzard. You got to lock in on that.
Edgar, if you know what I'll do, did they add the 10% for the QLCS, or was it for increased confidence in supercells ahead of the line?
I think that's what it was for. I don't remember. I feel like, because I know they mentioned the possibility of strong tornado in there, and I feel like that might be what they added it for, but I don't remember off the top of my head.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure multiple sources will be live streaming this tomorrow, so I'll certainly be watching and tuning into some live streams as that thread is going on down there. I know Jordan is on his way down there right now, and he's gonna probably join a wedge again, knowing him.
Looks like it could get started as early as 18Z. So.
Oh, that's really early.
Yeah, that's where we have the line. That's where all those little renegades are popping out in front of the line there. If you look at the 18Z triple R.
Yeah, we've got that on screen right now, and also Stu, I want to give you a shout out as well. Ohio and WX, me and him have been going back and forth over on Twitter, trying to rack our brains to see if we can come up with something to give Columbus bigger snow. And I got news for you. I don't have anything at this point, but he just said, just letting you know that the 0ZH, the Herc's coming in. So we'll have to look at that. I think people are watching that for the severe weather. People are also, I love the cat photo, by the way. That's tremendous. You've definitely found a good home here with the STORMCAT 5 and the Stormfront Freaks. We're all about cat. Well, okay, we like dogs here too, but we do like cats here on this channel. So, but this is the wow, we're getting really off topic here. But this is the 18Z Her. So, to your point, Edgar and Hunter, you were talking about some of these supercells, because guys, severe weather is also going to be a problem with this winter storm, right? We've got winter storm warnings, blizzard warnings on the north side, and then with this storm, we're also going to have several hours of severe weather on the south side. And what we're showing now, this is the simulated radar for the day. And let me zoom in a little bit further so you guys can see it better. But this is for the day on Sunday, so tomorrow. And I think, Edgar, this is the isolated kind of supercells, out in front of that line they were talking about, and that's where you can get some of your bigger tornadoes, right?
For sure, yeah. And I was pulling some soundings, and there are some soundings, take those with a grain of salt when you're looking at future radar, but you can pull some soundings on there, and you can see that there are some definitely some soundings that are favorable for tornadoes and some bigger ones. I'm really curious to see what the next run says. What's going to happen there. But if that pans out there, all those storms in front of that line are going to have the potential, especially in that area, to be tornadic.
Yeah. And it does, to your point, Hunter, I think you were mentioning this. It starts out, you have kind of these cells that start out in front, but then, and this is about 3 p.m. Eastern. So I think as, our tornado threat's going to be maximized, say, from about 12 to 1 p.m., through maybe 3, 4, 5 p.m. And then watch once you hit about 6 p.m. Eastern. Now we're forming into a line, right? This is what we got, like a QLCS type event. So I think as the sun kind of sets tomorrow, Our storm mode is going to go linear, which should, in theory, decrease the tornado threat, at least the big-time supercell tornado threat going into the overnight hours. And then, I mean, the line, Edgar, looks like it really weakens once the sun sets. It pretty much is, I don't want to say dies, but
yeah, that would make sense this time of the year, I think, too, especially in that area. I think after dark, not too long after dark, the threats kind of start going down a little bit. But there is a point where, I mean, with that line, a little skinny line like that, I mean, I think it still pack a punch, even if there's no tornadoes. I always see, I think one of the most common misreporting of tornadoes is just straight line wind damage from a QLCS. I see it on Twitter everywhere all the time. People post pictures. Oh, this is tornado damage. Nah, that's QLCS. Just a line of storms can do crazy damage.
Oh, yeah.
Wind on those. I mean, like insane. So can't sleep on that either.
Yeah, I agree. Jared K said, "Man, a cat like resets his brain."
Man, Jared, shout out to Jared. That's one of my Chase Cation buddies. I love you, man.
Oh, that might be the best comment I've seen all day. Oh yeah, it broke my brain. I don't know why.
That nosing up right in there towards Memphis still.
Oh yeah. Wait. Oh yeah, for sure. So what we're looking at now, this is a tornado parameter, guys. And you're talking about this nose, right, of kind of the best conditions nosing up toward Memphis, right?
Yeah, you see that up there. I still think the show is going to be probably more closer to Louisiana, but
yeah,
we'll have to see. I mean, the environment's going to be ready for it if storm mode will cooperate.
One interesting that I saw on the SPC homepage was look at where the general thunderstorm risk sets up tomorrow as well. We talked about this yesterday, Brady.
Yeah.
Go up towards Kansas City, and you have the general thunderstorm risk up there in the Kansas City metro tomorrow. So,
oh yeah,
possibility of some thunder snow? Question mark.
Yeah. So guys, if you remember just our last graphic, we talked about the snow. That's right where our heavy axis of snow is forming. And they've got the light green. That's like our general thunderstorm, risk, right? So obviously we're not going to have widespread thunderstorms up there. But to your point, Hunter, there could be some thunder snow that they're hinting at right in there in some of the heavier bands.
I'm so excited,
dude. If you get thunder snow tomorrow, like post it, everything, but just don't send it to me. I'll be happy for you. I will be okay. Don't get me wrong. I'll be very happy for you that you saw it. But yeah,
I'll make sure to send you pictures of nothing in my house. So
Fantastic.
That'll balance it out. Like, oh look, it's just cold here.
Edgar, have you by chance looked at 21Z Wrap yet for the down south stuff? Because I
haven't yet. I'll be honest with you. I use Wrap way more day of. Not big on it out in the future, but I have not.
I enjoy using Wrap the day before, or at least around 36 hours before an event, just to get a sense of what it puts out. But yeah, day of missile analysis, Wrap analysis, definitely go to.
Yeah. So Lindy, first of all, Lindy, I think you might have just become a new member. So thank you for becoming a new member, Lindy. That's awesome. Go ahead and play around with the emotes that we got. Got a lot of amazing emotes that you can play around with. But Lindy asked, and maybe Edgar, you can weigh in on this. Wow, really? I thought it had to be warmish for a tornado. I think she was talking about that area, the thunderstorm area to the north. I don't think we're not going to see any tornadoes up there.
I don't think so. I think when you're talking about, when people talk about things like snow-nados, I'm not super well versed in that, but my guess is they probably form much different than our traditional severe weather tornadoes in the warm sector form. But I will say it doesn't have to be hot for tornadoes, because a lot of times late in the season when we're chasing up in the high plains, or especially in the northern plains, it can be. I've seen tornadoes in very high elevations, with the temperatures being in the 50s. So
what was the tornado in California yesterday? Wasn't there snow in its forward flank as well?
I heard that. I haven't confirmed it, but I've seen some people talking about it.
But I saw the buff kit sounding in that proximity area, and it was only 51 degrees.
Oh yeah,
it was amazing watching that animation.
Yeah, It's funny too because I feel like the storms look even like up in the northern plains. The tornadoes just look so much different when they form in that little bit of cooler weather as well. It's really neat looking, kind of laminar looking sometimes.
Yeah, and for those that don't know what we're talking about, there was our first tornado, I believe, of 2025 was not in Oklahoma, was not in Tornado Alley, was not in Dixie Alley. It was where, Edgar?
California. Just
Ding,
where
ding,
we all
ding,
say, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I know. That's so crazy.
Are you a 75-degree dew point type of tornado guy, or do you like those cold core setups?
I'm not a huge cold core setup, I'll be honest, just because I have less forecasting knowledge on those. But I'll chase anything. I do like I do like chasing up in like the high plains, like at higher elevations, like Colorado, New Mexico. Not necessarily always a cold core setup up there, but it's
You ever chased the Dakotas and Wisconsin area? Because I haven't chased them.
I have. I've chased all the way up to Canada, north. And it's really fun. You get up. I mean, the only downside is like gas becomes an issue in North Dakota because you can easily drive 400 or 500 miles without seeing a gas station. But
Brady, how about yourself? You ever chased up there? North Dakota, South Dakota, Wisconsin area?
You know, I'm gonna be honest. I'm a noob type chaser. I've chased Ohio, and then I've chased. Actually, yeah, okay, we have chased in South Dakota, with one of the storm chase.
Fleet I just saw falling on the traffic cam.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, someone just said to check out the traffic cameras, and this is near Kansas City, before Kansas Avenue. We could be getting some sort of switch on going over there.
The Legends outlet.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah, I think that's I-435 southbound before Kansas Avenue, I believe. Yep. So
the Legends outlet.
Oh, okay. We like outlets. Are you a big outlet guy, Hunter?
I am. I don't visit them often, but the Legends in Kansas City, Kansas is always a go-to for me. Love it over there. I don't know if you consider Oak Park Mall an outlet. I think it's just a mall. But I've been there a couple.
You can get some good deals, though. You can get some good deals. Oh, Jordan Hall just says play Outbreak. Are you talking about right now? Jordan, we can't play Outbreak. We're showing people snow.
Jordan, you play Outbreak right now.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't want to say you're driving right now. Don't play Outbreak.
He's going to play Outbreak while driving.
Don't play Outbreak right now, Jordan.
Oh, man. But, guys, here's the severe weather setup for tomorrow. So we've got this enhanced risk, and this is really where, to your point, Edgar and Hunter, this is really where your biggest severe weather is going to set up. That's their biggest tornado risk is. That's where your biggest threat for some of these isolated storms out in front of that line. And that's going to be a little bit interesting, right? Because it's not necessarily in the evening. I think the biggest, Edgar and Hunter, do you guys disagree with me? I think the biggest severe weather risk is actually going to be like noon to 5, noon to 6 tomorrow.
That's what the models are showing too. I think you're right.
Yeah,
especially for tomorrow. I think the tornado threat might be over pretty early tomorrow. So early in the sense of for chasers. Sorry, I shouldn't say that for people, but it's not like I don't think no one's going to be chasing until 10 p.m. tomorrow.
Is that enhanced just for tornadoes, or does it also include a wind contour as well?
Let's take a look. It's got some wind in there too.
30% wind, non-hatched.
Yeah, it's got some wind. Yeah, not hatched. So that just means it won't. It will. Lenny's gonna watch you play, Jordan. So if you're gonna play, probably have someone else drive. But yeah, that's fun. So that's our severe weather threat tomorrow. And then I don't think there's actually going to be a severe weather threat. Let's just double check. I don't think there's going to be day 3. Yeah, there could be something in the Florida Panhandle, southern Georgia. Maybe get some severe storms, but not as bad as Sunday, tomorrow. So that is it's really. It's not. You definitely get it right, but you don't. When you have like blizzard warnings and winter weather warnings and winter storm warnings. And then to have a severe weather outbreak on the south side, that's just it's gonna be crazy weather day tomorrow, for sure. And there's a lot going on, right? And a lot of these storm chasers, they gotta, people like Edgar and Hunter, you gotta kind of pick. You go north, you go south of severe weather, do you go north? You guys got quite the predicament tomorrow, man.
Yeah, no, I will say most likely I'm going to be right here in Oklahoma City. I might be.
That's the best way.
I might be doing Reed's live stream tomorrow, like the back end of it. So you might.
Cool.
Me run the run radar, run point on the stream tomorrow. We'll see.
I watched you do that one time. You killed it, man.
That was my first time, and I found out about 10 minutes before I did it that I was going to do it, including being introduced to the new program. And I've never. What was the radar app we used? Like WSV3 or what? Like
Oh yeah,
I'd never.
W3. What? I don't know.
I've never used any of those. So I was like learning while I was doing it. It was fun though.
I've never even heard of that radar app.
It's amazing far as graphics, dude. Like if you want something that you can manipulate and just make it look good, you got to check it out.
It's very widely used by broadcast media.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Definitely check it out.
I'll have to check it. Yeah,
Customize it a lot. It's a little buggy, but
I've seen radars like radar or reads in your guys' radar feed, and it's so cool. Like when you get a new warning and you've got the box around it and it's like highlighted. I'm gonna have to look into that.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. All right, guys. Well, we've got the 0Z HRRR coming in right now. That'll be interesting to watch. But else than that, I mean, we've looked at the models. We've looked at the different snow totals that we're going to expect. Chat, do you guys have any questions for Edgar, for Hunter, about the severe weather, about the winter weather? You guys have any more questions over on Twitter if anyone's watching us? Any questions that you guys have? We'd be happy to kind of quickly answer those. Then we're going to look at the HRRR, and then we're going to wrap up because I think we've covered a lot here in the time that we've been live. It's been a really awesome stream. Make sure tomorrow too, if you are going to be watching Storm Chasers, check Edgar out on the Team Dominator on Reed stream over there on YouTube. We might be live here as well. I know Hunter, you're going to be live tomorrow too, right? Covering the Kansas City Blizzard. Where are you going to be live on again? I think you already said it, but.
Likely YouTube and Facebook if I can get it to work. Usually just YouTube though.
What's your YouTube channel?
Hunter Hurley WX.
Oh, I like
now
it.
that I know about StreamYard, I can easily use StreamYard to restream my broadcast on the Facebook and YouTube.
I love that. Oh yeah, you can stream here too as we go live. I love it.
Yeah.
Stu just asked, why is Wilmington being so conservative in their forecast for snow? Because the color contours look so silly between Indiana, Ohio, and Stu, I think they're I get what you're saying, because like right in this is actually hilarious. You notice that gap right there? You kind of have this area of 6+ inches, and then it just stops at the border. Then you go to 3 inches, and then right where I live, it's like 3 inches, and then you go right up to like 6 inches here. That's a boundary between forecast offices. So I'm not sure why. I think they just expect Ohio to be miserable, or Central Ohio to be miserable. But I also think the fact that we aren't really going to get the backside of the storm is why they're being a little bit more conservative there. But I think they're being a little bit more conservative with the snow totals. And you sometimes get that with forecast office. Some have different opinions because they're all human, right? They all have different opinions on what they're seeing with the models. So that's my guess there. But
cool.
Yeah. All right. Let me just quickly see what we got, because let's see how fast this is coming in, because I don't just want to hold us. I just want to hold us here while we look for this model to come in.
Hostage for another 20
Hold
minutes.
us hostage.
I hate how it takes so long for this model.
Does it really? How long does it normally take to come in?
I mean, probably to get to where the severe weather is, we got like another 20 minutes.
Oh.
That'd be Hunter might. Hunter's in the models way more than I am. He might know more,
That's
but this one always seems
about a frame a minute.
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you what now. It's been nonstop sirens outside my window for the past 15 minutes now. Just nonstop sirens.
Just from like accidents and stuff, I'm assuming.
Yeah. I mean, if back on this traffic camera, you can see that. Gosh, what a standstill! I mean, there's a semi truck in the middle of the entire interstate over there.
Has that switched to snow?
No, it's still sleet. I think this camera is just freezing up a little bit. You can see traffic all the way back there. It's just at an absolute standstill. They finally updated this traffic camera. Again, I live right in this area, right up the road from me. I-35 southbound closed. Use alternate route. I
They
mean,
just closed it. They're like, nope, no more.
Yes,
refresh
just
the page.
kill-
Let's see if I
make
can't.
people walk home. Yeah, that's crazy.
I
Yeah,
mean,
Jared.
yeah.
Jared asked, "Is that semi? That's oh my gosh."
Completely
That's-
out of standstill, and that's over here's 291. So and once we end the live stream here in a few minutes, I'm gonna take a drive up there. And Brady, I'll tag you on Twitter. What do I see?
Yeah.
Yeah, tag me too,
No.
because now I'm
I'll
invested.
tag you too. I'll tag you too.
I'm invested now. I want to know what type of craziness you have going around your house.
I think for precipitation, yeah, we're still seeing developing bands of sleet coming into the metro. So it's going to be sleet all night. National Weather Service Kansas City did put out their latest AFD area forecast discussion. They mention a transition to snow around 6 a.m., I believe.
Wow. That's a lot
Yes.
more ice to come down before then.
Moderate to heavy snow is likely between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Sunday.
What's y'all's ground temps right now there?
They're pretty cold. I want to say we're hovering between 26 and 29 degrees.
Okay.
So but definitely enough to get ice on the ground. Actually, we can look at station plots real quick on.
Hey, that's what you like to see, man. I mean, you got several degrees of buffer zone where you're gonna be cooking there. You know, once it starts snowing, that thing's gonna stick. Big
We look
time.
at station plots.
Yeah.
Okay, 25 degrees of 21 degree dew point where I am. This is our Buffkit site over here at Kansas City National. So, yeah, I mean we're well below freezing. We're any sleet and freezing drizzle definitely
Yeah.
going to be big issues.
Just stay off the
Yeah, that's a
roads.
problem.
Like Kansas
Yeah.
City, like honestly, just
I mean, just
chilling home.
looking back on that
It's the
camera,
weekend.
just seeing how many people are still on the road over here at 7 o'clock in the evening, it's just why?
Yeah,
Why
they've probably
are you
been.
on the road.
I feel like those people might have been sitting there since like 3.
I mean, they might as well have been.
Dude, like look at those guys. Wait, go back full. That. Look at those guys like on the exit getting on.
Yeah,
Like,
getting on the
they've gotta-
on ramp. Yeah, that's crazy. But
They've got like, why don't you just turn around? At
then
that
if you
point?
go to this camera down here, I mean, you have traffic over here. There's nothing. So what they're doing over here is that they're having them get off on 152 and then getting back on the highway at I-435. We go to the I-435 traffic camera. Thankfully, it doesn't look like there's much going on. Thankfully.
Everyone has their hazards on though.
Well, you can see emergency services going. There's a van over here off the road, off the bridge. He's off the bridge.
Hold on, going full.
Whoops.
What?
That is
Real quick, I see
Look at-
freedom to be asked. Does thunder snow mean that the winter storm would be convective? I think to have thunder snow, yes, you would probably have to have.
You know what I really find interesting, Edgar, is that if you actually, so I actually made a little presentation that I haven't used yet at all of NAM wrap and her soundings through 9Z, 12Z, 15Z, and 18Z tomorrow, just showing the transition from your sleet soundings to snow soundings.
Yeah,
And look at those photographs. So
Yeah.
it makes me wonder, could we see some like weird mesovortices up in there with the snow like wrapping around
there's
itself?
definitely convective snow bands. So I mean,
Yeah.
it could turn into that.
I'm so interested to see how that's going to play out tomorrow. I mean, you see these large looping photographs. I mean, if this was May, I mean, we would be having a great time. With
Catch
this.
a fish with that one right there, couldn't you?
Oh yeah, that fish hook shape. Oh, I'd be so excited with this. But you know, we're early January expecting a blizzard, but I'm excited. I mean, you can see the temperature. Which one is this? This is her at 12Z. If I go to here, there we go. Slideshow. You can see the transition from over here where you have your 0 degree temperature gradient, dew point, and temperature sort of riding a little bit over that gradient with sleet.
Mm-hmm.
And you go ahead up to around 15Z, you're now well into the snow range. So, and your
Yep.
entire profile there is pretty well saturated. And then heading off near 18Z, this is at KMKC. This is a downtown Wheeler Airport in Kansas City. You're well saturated already. And then going back to NAM, almost the same thing. Starting off, you have your temperature and dew point over or above freezing slightly, and then as you
Wow.
go throughout the day, you have that decrease in temperature and dew point below freezing. I'm not seeing much for Cape though. I mean, okay, 207 Cape at 15Z. So yeah, that's 9 a.m. So we could see some thunderstorms, some thunderstorm at 9 a.m.
Even the severe weather tomorrow, I don't feel like it's super. It doesn't feel really Cape driven as much.
How much Cape is there? Like 1,000? Is it high shear, low Cape?
No, actually, there's decent Cape out there.
Okay.
I mean,
There's enough. Yeah, there's enough. It's not crazy though, but
it's not crazy.
hey, to get 200 Cape, I mean, in snow.
I have to get my
There's your
brain
thunder
out of
snow.
severe season mode. I'm just like, oh, you mean it's not like it's not off the charts?
There was
That's cool.
actually
That's
some
cool, man.
blizzard soundings out of eastern Kansas, eastern and central Kansas last night. I wonder if they're still there on like 18Z runs. I've been just using wind gusts to pinpoint some blizzard soundings. I wonder if they're still there.
And Hunter, you called it yesterday, man. Or I think it was yesterday, 2 days ago when we streamed. You were like, "I wonder if we're gonna get some blizzard warnings out of this," and you called it, man. You're right.
I mean, yeah, looking at those wind gusts all throughout the region, it was pretty evident that there were going to be blizzard warnings. It was only a matter of time when they would issue them. I thought NWS Kansas City was going to hold off until tomorrow morning to issue their blizzard warnings, but they jumped the gun right after Topeka and Dodge City issued their blizzard warnings. They said, "We're doing this now." And that was around 2 p.m. this afternoon when they issued the blizzard warnings. It doesn't go into effect until 3 a.m. Sunday morning, all the way through 3 a.m. Monday morning. So prime time Sunday during the Chiefs game, going to be a blizzard going on. The Chiefs were actually trying to take off out of Kansas City International at 1 p.m. today. Couldn't because they shut down the airport.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, they're not even trying to win that game. They're trying to loot. They don't even care. They're going to be resting their starters.
Yeah, they don't care about that game. It's. I'm sorry for any.
Just
Broncos.
keep them at home. You know.
I'm sorry for any Broncos fans in the chat, but we are going to toy with you guys tomorrow.
Oh, that's crazy. That's awesome. Oh man. I think the HRRR is coming in now. So we'll keep watching it. Hunter, do we want to do? Hey, chat. Do we want to do a quick local on the Meow, or do we want to do? Hunter, do we want to do some of the? Do you have the space weather stuff? Do you want to quickly cover real quick?
Unfortunately, all the space weather data sort of subsided, but I did
Oh.
get permission. I did get permission from my good friend Alex to use one of his posts on stream today, and I just thought this to be the most amazing thing ever. Look at the orange northern lights. This is from nitrogen impinging on the lower part of the atmosphere. Look how beautiful it is. Just beautiful orange colors. I've never seen that before. But yeah, we had a coronal mass ejection hit last night, which caused a lot of disturbance in our magnetosphere, caused those negative BZ numbers, and a lot of people got to see the northern lights. And then earlier today, we had a coronal hole influence cause elevated wind speeds, which caused more northern lights over in Europe. What is that?
The screenshot I saw on Twitter.
Keep going. Hold on. I'm sorry. Keep going.
But yeah, we had a coronal hole influence earlier today in the mid-afternoon range that caused BZs to back down to negative 11 range, which Europe got that show pretty well, so I'm happy for them. But over here in the United States, see, Alex got such an amazing shots at the northern lights in South Dakota. Just those beautiful oranges down there. You have orange, green, and red on top. Just what an amazing shot this morning. I thought this would be the most awesome picture ever.
In Europe, first of all, that is unbelievable. Both of those are unbelievable. So that was in Europe that happened?
No, this one from Alex is in South Dakota near Watertown.
Oh,
I got permission from him to use it on stream today, but just how beautiful this is, man. Alex
zoom in on that one to the right. That one's crazy. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Alex is
Go follow Alex.
Yeah,
Go
follow Alex on
He's a
Twitter.
crazy photographer and a dang good storm chaser. So.
Oh, for sure. I mean, he's had such a great 2024. It's been unreal, the things that he's seen in 2024. But look at these little, I don't really know what to call them. It's the beginning of a substorm, but it's just how beautiful it is. I've never seen orange aurora like that.
I've never seen anything like that in my life. To be quite honest, if you paste his Twitter username in the private chat too, I'll post it, or you can post it in the main chat. Doesn't matter.
I don't have the main chat loaded now, but here's his in the private chat.
Okay. Yeah, that is. I'm gonna post Alex's username here on Twitter. This is on Twitter/X. That's his. This is his username. Give him a follow. I mean, stuff like that. That is just. I mean,
those weren't even edited. You should find his photos.
No, his edited photos are unreal.
It's a bucket list thing for sure.
I was gonna leave you guys off on a substorm from October 7th that I captured from near Kansas City, Missouri. This is from a phone, y'all. This is from a cell phone. Just wait for it.
Look how much my face is enjoying this. It's just loving it.
Sorry.
Edgar, that's gonna
awesome,
be the
dude.
thumbnail we do.
Oh yeah, just add them to the list of Edgar's face thumbnails.
Oh. That was unreal.
Love it.
That was unreal. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract there, but I couldn't help myself.
Marketing 101, become very memeable.
Distract all you want, man. That is a face of amazement.
This is. I think this is from today's stream. I believe.
Yes,
it was. It was when you made my face real skinny, and I started rubbing my beard, and like I feel like someone had like perfect screenshot timing. They're like screenshot.
Oh, that's
gotcha.
awesome. It's all. See, this is why having a chat is amazing. I think this either came from Jordan or the chat or both. I think multiple people sent this to me on Twitter.
I look so zen right there. Like I look at peace, don't I?
You
like
do.
let's
He
so
goes,
zen.
I'm gonna
Here, make that face again. Make that face again.
Let me see. I can't. That was like a real emotion. I can't do it. I mean,
Beautiful.
You can't fake it when it's real, you know.
Oh gosh, chat. Do you guys want to do local on the meow real quick? Do you guys want to do that? Let's do it. All right, guys, we're doing a quick local on the meow. What I want you to quickly do, and then we're gonna hit the HRRR, and then we're gonna be done. We're gonna do a quick local on the meow. So go ahead, if it's your first time experiencing this local on the meow, go ahead and put what regions or areas you want me to cover. And we're just going to do a quick 5-minute local on the meow. This is like my take on local on the 8s. So go ahead and put your areas in the chat. And Edgar and Hunter, you go ahead and put your areas in the chat as well, in the private chat or the regular chat. And I will try to cover them here on the local on the meow. All right, let's do this. And now, guys, it's your local on the meow. And now, your local on the meow. Do you guys hear the music?
Yes.
And now, your local on the meower. Your forecast for Southwest Ohio. Cold, clear conditions tonight. You are under a winter storm warning. Expect 6 to 8 inches of snow over the next 24 to 48 hours. It's going to be pretty miserable on the roads here in Southwest Ohio. Way better than Central Ohio, though, because we're not getting squat. Your forecast for Marquette. Wait, is that Marquette? Yeah, Marquette. It's not Michigan, is it? Marquette and Michigan. Yeah, there it is. Your forecast for Marquette, Michigan. Cold tonight. Frigid temperatures expected overnight. Your lows are going to dip into the single digits. Snow showers off to the east. Marquette should remain mainly dry. Not a great night to go ice skating, though, because it is frigid in Marquette. Gosh, Sullivan, Missouri? Where's that? Does anyone know where Sullivan, Missouri is?
Like right
South?
No, I think that's
Music is based, though, bro.
on Highway 44.
Highway 44. Okay. Sullivan, Missouri, somewhere in southern Missouri, I think. You are under a winter storm something. I don't actually know what. You're probably under some sort of winter weather alert. Expect wintry precipitation tonight. Sullivan, Missouri. Calgary, Canada. Oh no. Guys, there's a storm chaser up here. What is going on? Do you see that guy? Andre, is it? He's killing it right now.
James is the one
Your I know. Your forecast for Calgary, Alberta, Canada. It's gonna be cold. That's it. Edgar, give me a spot.
Frogville, Oklahoma. Yes, that's a real town name.
There's no way.
I swear it is.
There's no way. Where is it at?
Hold on, I'll tell you. I just know it's down.
Frogville. Your forecast for Frogville, Oklahoma. Ribbit. Cold temperatures with some moisture around. Frogs are expected to rain from the sky in Frogville, Oklahoma. Ribbit. Let's hear your ribbits in the chat. I don't even know how you spell. Yeah, where is it? Where's Frogville?
It's right in it's in the southeastern part of Oklahoma.
No way.
Right next to the Red River. It's an unincorporated town.
So that is crazy. Oh, maybe this storm chaser was here. John Patty looks like was just near Frogville. Frogville. It's gonna be filled with lots of croaks tonight. I don't know. I don't know frog puns. Indian Lake. Oh, and hey, Hunter, make sure you go to your settings. Turn your audio on stereo audio. Uncheck echo cancellation because the music low key will like override you if you have that on. Indian Lake, Ohio. Indian Lake, Ohio, I believe is somewhere up here. I think. Oh yeah, they got hit with a tornado. I believe this spring. So Indian Lake, Ohio, you are under a winter weather advisory. Expect 3 to 6 inches of snow to fall. If you go 30 miles south, you're gonna get way more snow. Welcome to misery here in Indian Lake, Ohio, where you get little snow. It's classic. There's no way this is a thing. Knock'em Stiff, Ohio? No shot. There's no way. Knock'em Stiff, Ohio. It's gonna be cold and stiff in Knock'em Stiff, Ohio. That's all I got. Silver Springs, Missouri, near Rolling Fork, Mississippi. Silver Spring, Mississippi, near Rolling Fork. Cold relatively warm conditions tonight. Tomorrow, you, I think, are near the enhanced risk of severe weather. Tomorrow is a day you want to be weather aware in Silver Spring, Mississippi. Looks like there's some showers coming your way, though. Ooh, Butler, Pennsylvania. Where's Butler? Do you know where Butler is, Jared? Or Hunter?
Butler. The only reason why I know where Butler
I cannot hear.
Butler's barely like north. I'm at
north,
like tiny jogging.
Okay. I think this is the general region where Butler is. Butler, Pennsylvania, near Scranton. It's going to be Michael Scott's there. So just ask Michael Scott what your forecast is going to be. He will be able to tell you and then make a that's what she said joke at the end of it. It's been cold tonight, Butler. Also, you're going to be too far north for the snow. I'm sorry to say it. Oh, it's next to Pittsburgh. Okay, I was completely wrong.
Yeah,
all right, never mind.
Yeah, 200 up.
Hunter, give me a city to do.
Canada, Kansas.
No way that's an actual city.
It is. Kansas,
Why would you name
Canada?
Why would you name a city after a country?
It's straight it's Kansas. Like, straight.
In central Kansas?
Yeah. It's
okay. Canada, Kansas. Your forecast for Canada, Kansas. Lows in the 20s overnight. Expect wintry precipitation. You're right on the edge of a blizzard warning. I don't actually know if they're in the blizzard warning.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, You have a blizzard warning in effect for your region for the next 24 hours. Expect conditions to deteriorate severely over the next 24 hours where several inches of snow, ice, and freezing rain will fall. Edgar is killing it with the dance moves. Dude, he's vibing. Whoa!
You know, I'm just trying to party, you know?
Vibing, baby.
The hour.
Party! The local on the meower. Oh god, alright, we'll do like 2 more. Guys, 2 more. There's no way that Canada, Kansas is a thing. That is insane.
It is. That's why
What?
that is up in Kansas.
It's crazy. Okay, I also think this guy's got a drone right now. Alright, 2 more. Oh wait, I think he ran out. Oh, Paducah, Kansas. Slap out, Alabama? No shot.
Out.
Wonder if people get slapped there. Slap out, Alabama. Somewhere in the state of Alabama. No clue where it is. It's gonna be cold down here in Slap Out with lows in the 30s. And don't be careful if you're walking on the street in Slap Out. You could get slapped right out. Someone shout Hawaii? Oh, well, we do get data in Hawaii. That's actually kind of cool. Oh gosh, I wish I was there right now. Don't you wish you were there, Edgar?
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
You already know what I'm saying. I'm standing right here in Kansas City. Listen, man.
I'd be on the beach. Amazing.
Your forecast for Hawaii depends where you are. 80 degrees along the coast, 68 on top of what looks like to be a volcano. So it depends where you are in Hawaii, but gorgeous conditions, sunny skies, maybe a little bit of morning fog there in Hawaii. For the most part, beautiful conditions in Hawaii.
I've hiked that volcano on the big
Have you
island.
really?
Yep.
It's cool. 20-degree temperature difference right there. That's pretty cool.
It's also an active volcano where it's constantly putting lava into the ocean. Pretty rad.
Oh my gosh. Linda, okay, this will be the last one. That is amazing. So you've hiked an active volcano. That'd be scary, by the way.
That one's active all the time. Though. I don't think it like explodes. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's one of those slow seepers. Someone said Scotland.
Had the
Your
feeling
forecast for Scotland. We don't have any radar here, but it looks pretty miserable. It's probably 30 and raining in Scotland.
Like it is
all right,
every other
guys.
day of the week in Scotland.
Yeah, that was fun. Oh, and
It
look,
seems to
we
be
went
the
right back
new
to
wallpaper.
we went right to that.
I love it.
I think all the thumbnails going forward, I'm just going to use this picture.
Go for it. You can. Full
Edgar.
permission.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Okay, all right. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick look at the HRRR, and then we're going to wrap up. I'm sure Edgar and Hunter, you guys have been more than gracious to stay on with me for this long. So sorry we went a little long here. But I just want to quickly look at the HRRR to see how it's trending for the snow. And we're just going to pause it here. We're going to just put a quick compare the runs. And actually, honestly, guys, it looks a little bit further to the, let's just compare the 18Z. It looks a little bit further to the north compared to the 18Z, maybe a little bit faster even too. Let's just look at the heaviest snow axis here. And obviously this doesn't go out as far as we need it to. And the heaviest snow axis looks pretty similar, to be quite honest. While we're waiting this load, let's just quickly look at the severe weather threat on the...
Already on it.
Ooh, I love it. Let me just put this in motion here. And let's see what we got cooking. So, okay. Edgar, Hunter, do you think that still, to me, has a discrete threat out in front?
It does, and it looks like it's shifting a little bit more towards the north, maybe closer up towards in between the very, very north eastern corner of Louisiana and in between there in Memphis. Especially if you look over on like any of the Helicity products or Sigtor or something like that, you'll see that.
It seems like your STP maxes out around 20Z tomorrow. So yeah, Edgar, what you were saying earlier before, early tornadoes seem likely with this setup.
Yeah, I agree. Right in there, right? That's where your maximum tornado parameter is.
I think your tornado threat's going to go away right at dark. So
yeah. Look at this. Watch how
zoop.
This is 6 p.m. Just zoop. Here, do that sound effect again.
Zoop.
Can I use that in my videos when I do transitions?
Absolutely. Make sure you show that weird picture of me at the same time, just so it makes sense.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Hunter, can you make a sound effect like that, and maybe we'll interchange them?
Zoop. Not as good as Edgar, by far.
That was awesome. No, that was awesome.
Yours had like a hook too. It's like a zoop.
Oh, we're going off the rails here, guys. But it looks like on the 0Z, looks like we're similar. I think to Edgar's point, maybe trending a little bit further to the north with that threat. But I mean, this still, like, especially like at 2-3 p.m. looks like we still have some discrete action out in front.
For sure.
Yeah. So, well, I don't see any indications here that would think upgrade, right?
I think they'll probably stay around a 10%. Would be my guess. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm comfortable with 10%. Yeah.
I like that. I like that a lot.
I don't feel like it's going to go hatched or anything yet, though, unless something else changes. But we'll see.
I would agree. I would agree with that as well. So I think our severe weather threat's probably going to remain pretty constant to your guys' point. Looking back at the snow, let's just refresh this and see what we got. Let me just, then we're going to probably wrap up here. Let's compare this to the 18Z. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. Looks pretty similar, guys, on the snow. So I don't think there's any dramatic trends between the 18Z and the 0Z for the HRRR. I know we were talking about in the chat. So I think forecast remains on track for now. We'll watch the 0Z models tonight for the winter storm. Hunter, you're still the trend for you, Hunter, went from 15 inches to 16 inches. So I think you're still cooking, my friend.
It's going to be a very, to say the least, interesting next 24 hours, both for severe and winter weather. So,
yeah.
I mean, how many millions of Americans do we have dealing with this winter weather and stuff? I mean, what, upwards of 20 million almost, I would say? I don't know. How many do people actually live in the Midwest?
I thought I saw someone on. It's not okay. Okay. I was thinking 100 million, but I read the wrong thing. That was a different. There's it's not 100. It's not 100 million. There's 300 million people in the U.S., so it's not 100 million. But it's a huge large portion. So, but hey, the good news is looks like Oklahoma trended from 0 inches to 0 inches, Edgar. So
there you go. So I mean,
yeah,
my day will stay the same.
What an uptrend.
And Edgar, you're gonna have to let everyone know where you got that shirt, by the way, because that is a baller.
I don't remember. Actually, I have matching pants to go with it as well, so I'm not wearing them right now. But I actually debuted this at the Storm Summit last year, so.
Do you got any surprises this year for the Storm Summit?
I mean, I always have surprises, so yeah. And I'm going to be speaking this year, so I think my outfit has to really pop when I'm up on that stage. So maybe we'll see sequins, maybe something bedazzled, Are
you going to rival Clovis Man's outfit?
Except for mine's just natural, man. This is just how I roll all the time.
Love to hear it.
Who's Clovis Man?
Oh, you have so much to catch
You're gonna
have so much fun this year, Brady. By the way,
I'm looking forward.
And you're gonna get to you're already gonna get to hang out with all the cool kids. So
yes.
Me and Hunter, we're the coolest, so we'll be there.
I sat at the nerd table in high school, so
it's on big time. No joke, real time.
Yes.
Jokes on them now, right? Look at us now. Meow.
Yeah. Well, meow. But yeah, so I'm gonna be honest. So our chat, you know how Brandon Kopic's chat is the Moo crew. I think we should start the meow. The meow. I'm trying to think of an alliteration that it does, but I think we should go into his chat at some point. If we ever get a big enough chat where we can actually raid someone, we should go into his chat and meow in his chat. So I think that's what we should start doing going forward. Is
I
will
mean,
be
if he's
the meow
streaming
chat.
right now, that would be the best way to kick it. Just tell everyone to leave. Go meow on his chat.
Yeah.
Actually, Brandon's
know.
like right up the road from me right now.
Just say, is it Brandon
Oh.
always live? When is Brandon not live?
That's amazing. I don't know. Yeah, he
Look
might
at-
be. Yeah, we'll be the meow raiders.
Yeah, looking
The
at Brandon,
WX cast.
he's right up the road from me right now. He's probably about
Oh,
20
he's
miles
live.
away.
I'm going in the chat right now and typing meow. So,
All right,
oh,
guys.
wait,
Okay,
never mind. He has subscriber only mode on, so we can't do it.
Oh, lame, lame. So I think that's a pretty good point. We can wrap up there, guys. Wait, someone else just said Thunder Snow watch in effect for this. Oh, Kyle Raypool. Oh yeah, Kyle Raypool is a friend of mine. So Kyle Raypool is the guy who I have the group chat with, where it's just like complete Ohio misery, where whenever we have a storm, we always text each other and watch it trend away from us. Kyle's gonna get a big time storm though. He's in Southern Ohio for this one, so good work there, Kyle. Love that. All right, so I think we are gonna wrap. And we sat at the nerd table in college. Yeah, Kyle and I were the nerd students for sure together. But hey, and Kyle was always the one that got ace the test. So Kyle's a really smart dude. You guys are gonna go over to Brandon Kopic's chat and raid his chat after we're done, and we're gonna start meowing. So we're gonna wrap up here. We're probably gonna be live at some point tomorrow, covering this winter storm, probably earlier in the day. Look for me, StormCat 5 on Twitter. I will let you know when we are going to go live for this particular, for the severe weather and also the winter storm. And I know, Edgar, you guys are going to be live watching Team Dominator, so make sure to check out their stream on Reed Timmer's YouTube page. And Hunter's also going to be live checking that winter storm out action in Kansas. So make sure you check him out. Really quickly, Edgar, we're going to end with so where can people find you on social media? I'm sure everyone's already following you, but just in case there isn't someone following you, where can they find you? And then for the stream tomorrow, you're going to be running the show, aren't you?
Maybe, yeah. We'll see. Maybe, hopefully not the whole day. It was long. I did like 11 hours my first time. That was so long to be on live stream. But EdgarTheStormChaser.com. That's where you can get all my socials. I'm on all of them there. And then, of course, Reed Timmer is the YouTube channel we'll be on. So just go to Reed's channel. We'll be live tomorrow. I think the word is we might be going live around noon. That might change some, but yeah.
Fantastic. Cool. All right, Hunter, where can people find you, my friend? And where are you going live tomorrow?
As always, I'm going to be found on Twitter at Hunter Hurley WX, and then on YouTube. Look for my YouTube. Sorry, I'm not even kidding when I'm saying I hear branches breaking outside right now, and I can hear the power lines being weighed down. I can hear the stretching of the power lines being weighed down, and you can hear branches breaking outside. It's actually kind of freaking me out.
Wow.
But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at Hunter Hurley WX, and on YouTube, it's just at Hunter Hurley. And I want to go back to this real quick. These cars that we saw 30 minutes ago, they're still there. They haven't moved an inch. They're not having a good night. And it is now 7:33 Central Time.
That's terrible. That's so bad.
Outages up to near 1200. So yeah.
Oh, that is so bad.
Once we end here in a few minutes, I'm actually gonna go out and take care of some air on my tires. Air my tires up to standards, and then I'm gonna probably go drive around a little bit and tag you guys to the post. I'm planning on actually going up here to where this incident is up here. Because over here you have 291. I'm going to go over here and get a video of all these cars over here stranded on the highway. So it'll be fun.
Don't get too close, because you don't want to get stuck in there.
Plus, we still have precipitation falling here in Liberty, so it's not good.
A problem.
You can hear the sleet pitter-patter on the windows, and again, I can hear branches breaking and the power lines.
That's a problem.
I don't know what noise I can call it. It's just... you just know it's the power lines, because you can just hear them stretching and being. It's like tension wire. You can hear it, tension wire. It's weird.
A problem. Because if you lose power, that's going to be a big time problem. Because then it's just going to be cold and miserable, and then you're not going to have to be able to charge everything. It's not good.
I've got a warm blanket. I got a few warm blankets. But still, I'm not going to be able to charge my phones. I mean, it's going to be a miserable night if the power goes out.
Yeah, but low key, there'll be part of you that'll be like, okay, this is awesome. I'm experiencing Mother Nature.
There's always
Right.
that inner kid in me that's like, ooh, do we not have school tomorrow? And then my adult self is like, dude, you've been out of school for like 6 years now. What are you doing?
No, I have the same thoughts, so that's pretty epic. All right, guys. Well, that about does it for us here on the stream. What I want you guys to do, we got 44 people here, and I think some of you are actually in Brennan Kopic's stream right now. Go over to his channel. First of all, mash his subscribe button. Mash our subscribe button, like our stream. That helps us out a ton. And then go over to his stream and mash that subscribe button over there on his channel. And after like 3 minutes, I don't actually know. I think you have to refresh the page or something. But after 3 minutes, and I still can't do it. Whenever you guys get access to his chat, we're just gonna start spamming meow. Just keep spamming it until he notices over there on his stream. I think he's tweeting out some awesome stuff. So we're gonna go over and raid his chat right now. Looks like Meow7's in there too. Which is a member of our stream as well. So thank you guys for joining us tonight. Yeah, I know. A lot of our members are all like, they all have cat photos, which is awesome. Thanks for joining us tonight. Thanks for all the donations. I love all of you. Thank you for being amazing people. As always, Edgar, you always like to say, be kind to someone. Do something nice for someone, right? I mean, it's just amazing.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, as always, guys, thank you for joining. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. And guys, as always, I'm trying to find the outro video. And it's getting, okay, there it is. It is. All right. This is STORMCAT 5 with Edgar O'Neill and Hunter Hurley. We had Dan Wallace here. We will see you on the next one. Peace out, everyone. That was fun. All right, everyone go to his stream, and we got to raid him. Ooh, okay, we're going to raid his stream. Everyone go make sure you subscribe to him. And then we're going to raid his stream. Once you see me go meow, everyone else go meow. Gonna wait for a calm spot here. Gosh. Hunter, I'm jealous, man.
The
Getting hammered with snow.
came in, and it on the crazy sounding.
Say again, Hunter, you broke up a little bit. Are you on? Make sure, go to your audio settings. Make sure you're on stereo audio, because the music just like uncheck echo cancellation and background noise, and automatically adjust mic volume. And you should be able to talk over the music then.
You said I should check the reduce my mic background noise, right?
There we go. It sounds better now.
Okay. I was saying the Zero Z peak sounding finally came in on the SPC sounding website, and it reflects the balloon. I mean, as is, the formulas there pretty well.
Hey, don't give me hope, please.
What a crazy profile.
All right, hey, everyone meow. Everyone meow now. Meow now. Let the meows go.
Meow
Let the
now.
meows go.
Oh man.
Let the meows go. Let the meows go. Yes, guys. Yes. It's working. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep let the meows go. Meow, meow, meow. Someone just said, it's Brady Brittany? Meow! No, this is awesome! Go in his chat! This is amazing! Meow! Oh, thanks for joining, everyone!